Oh,
Here we go.
oh,
All right.
oh, hi.
So, do you have your camera on right now? Is it just
No,
me?
I could be on the camera too.
Yeah. There you
Hey,
go. Now it's just you.
I know, right? So,
Man, you're pretty.
thank you. Blah! Oh shit! It still
Oh.
didn't work.
Yeah. I was thinking both of us at the same time.
Okay.
Lay it on them like that. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
How's it going, everybody?
Well, we'll do our best with what we got.
Okay.
One
Yeah.
at a time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, welcome to the weekend wrap up.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
The Fortress of Gratitude.
We're at the Fortress of Gratitude coming at you on a frigid Sunday morning. Hope you all survived the blizzard of 2024. I actually yesterday was taking Ashley to work and hit a patch out here on Kentucky Avenue going towards Canby. Got behind a guy. He slowed down in front of me all of a sudden, and I just kind of hit the brakes a little bit, and I was sliding and got sideways in the road, ended up down in the ditch, brought it up out of the ditch back onto the road like butter. But it was definitely a clenching my ass cheeks kind of moment, you know. So, is that what we're doing?
Nah, just
All right. Fuck it. We'll do our best.
go with it.
So, we're going to wrap up the weekend, tell you guys what happened over the weekend. We got some shows to refresh your memories on. Some of you were there. On Friday, my band, Republican Sex Blanket, played with DUI, Dylan Salazar Band, and Nine Circle Symphony at Longshot. And I really do want to thank everybody that showed up for that. I mean, mid-blizzard, the roads were horrible. We were getting blasted. And so the fact that a bunch of you still came out, that was fucking awesome. Saturday night, the Ameliorate Records Showcase with Wick, Gentleman Caller, and Nate Gonzalez was at SSP. We had Chorin, Dead Humor, Tiger Shots, and Lost City Dreams at Longshot. And then, Shep, I think you made it out for the Village Elder Run Up, Bombcats, and Cassette Stress at PRN.
I did it. I saw the band live.
Oh, yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Run Up put their record out on vinyl officially for that show.
Officially.
What's that called? Is it the Call Out?
The call outs or the call out. Is it the call outs or the call out?
Call Out.
Call outs.
Wait.
So let's introduce our guests. They've been
Let's get into it.
dying to get on this camera right now.
So, guys, we have some great guests today. You know, Valentine's week, we thought we would bring on the PRN couple. I believe you guys got married at the Mall or had your
That's
reception
correct.
at the Mall.
Both.
Yeah. So, now did you guys meet at the Mall as well? Is that where you met?
Yep.
All right.
sir.
So we'll definitely get into that story. So yeah, the it couple at PRN
According to
on
Lazy Boy.
Valentine's Day.
I keep fucking with the cameras. It's just I'm having fun. All right, I'm sorry.
All right.
That's
So
all
what
that
this is
matters.
about.
I need to turn around up a little more.
I mumble. I'm a mumbler.
no mumbling, man.
Blah, 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 blah.
Say
I'm not-
use
I'm
your
not-
words. Use your words.
So what did you guys do last night?
We were at the Cassette Stress, Village Elder, Bombcats, and the Run Up show. Well, I was.
I was.
I was there too. Oh my god!
I think we met last night briefly.
Yeah, we got in,
Briefly.
you got in Hubert's way for a second. Just a
So
little
you
bit.
Uh,
guys have met before.
A
sure.
time or two, maybe.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, right. Yeah,
He maybe took photos for our wedding.
that's right. I did too.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And I feel like we've played the Tight Like a Tiger.
Yeah, we played your
my birthday
parties and
show
stuff?
Oh, yeah.
almost a year and a
Uh-huh.
half ago.
Yeah. I've played every one of your birthday shows.
3 years in a row, you
3
played my
years.
birthday.
So I missed this last year, right?
Yep.
Because I was dead.
Well, and yeah, my birthday was on a Monday.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean,
Want, want. Where's your want?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if they can hear that at home. Oh yeah, comments. So yeah. Let's see here. We got Slosh. Good
I
morning.
yelled at him last week because I felt like we were ignoring the audience,
up,
and I
dude?
wanted to be, very
Imagine it.
what's interactive.
I can see Dana's comment. It says, "Love you all."
What's up,
I love
Sky?
you, Dana.
Oh, hi Dana. Love you too.
Oh, so we're getting some love on there. So
Getting all the love. We got a heart from Sky. We got the love from Dana. We got the wiener from
I keep
Jeanette.
like waiting for the.
We got
hate
the
to
bone
start
from
coming,
Nick.
All
And we got the
right.
slosh from Slosher.
Nice.
Right out the gate.
Nice.
Well, I would like to talk to you guys a little bit about your lives.
Oh, okay.
That's-
Shirley.
So we talked about you guys met at the mill. So can you guys tell us that story first? We'll start at the beginning.
Well, basically, we've been going out. I've been going out to the mill since about 2009. So I was pretty much a regular there for a long time. And one day,
I think we're using the word regular pretty loosely though.
that's true. There were some big gaps, but an irregular.
An irregular regular.
Yeah, but anyways, this pretty lady caught my eye, and apparently I'd been catching her eye, and eventually, long story short, we meshed.
He bought me a beer.
Yeah.
I bought her a beer.
Miller High Life.
How long did it take to buy the beer? From the
Uh,
first time you actually spoke to
Depends
each
on who's
other?
working.
Yeah, it depends on how many shots I had that night, which may have been several.
Tequila. And you drink
To
tequila.
answer your
strictly
question, Nick,
tequila,
it was
right?
months.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not. I'm a whiskey guy, so
Same. I like tequila though too. Good switcheroo.
Yeah, tequila.
I love it.
Now, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken, when it comes to beer, you're a PBR guy,
that
right?
is correct.
And you like Yingling, if I'm not
Yingling.
mistaken. Yingling.
Ding-a-ling.
Yang Lang.
That is my
So
beer
how
of
does that
choice.
work? Do you guys have like 2 cases of beer at home going when you?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll drink PBR when I'm broke.
You go compromise and
I'll drink Yingling when there's no PBR.
There's only milk in your refrigerator. That's it. Just skim milk.
Milk
Oh,
and
no.
whiskey.
Milk it, yeah. Cause can you
Oh.
imagine? Oh fuck.
My stomach's curdling.
Just talking about it.
So once you guys met, was it pretty much a love at first bite kind of deal, or did it take some time to?
Oh, I mean, we
How long did you date before you guys were boyfriend and girlfriend?
Oh, that's a funny story.
I'll let you tell that.
We had been hanging out for a few months, maybe like 2 or 3. We hadn't had any conversations about like what we were doing.
Oh, I thought you were saying like in 2 or 3 months you were hanging out, but had not yet had a conversation.
No,
Like,
well, yeah, we
that's-
have had conversations.
Silently
Rocky
hung
start.
out. Silent.
So one night I had drove out to Greencastle and rode up with him and Chris Cemetery to the mill. And Chris Cemetery and I were sitting out back in the smoker's garden talking. And he makes a comment about like Rob coming off strong in relationships, like, just fast. And I kind of looked at
I
Cemetery
wanted to get some.
and I was like, "Oh, wait, what word did you just say?" And he's like, relationship. And I'm like, I'm in a relationship. And Cemetery literally looked at me and was like, "You didn't know that?"
Oh wow!
Breaking
Now-
news.
Literally the last to know.
Pre-Rob, I was single for almost 5 years, like no relationships, no boyfriends. Like I dated, but like nothing,
yeah.
So yeah, I just didn't realize that was happening.
But you were already locked in at that point and didn't even know it. You had,
Yeah, I
you had
guess.
gotten his hooks in you.
I thought it was mutual. I don't know.
Yeah. The next morning, I proceeded to ask him, and he's like, "Well, I thought you were my girlfriend." And I'm like, "Well, I can be if that's what you want, but like I just didn't know."
So there wasn't a big pop the question moment there.
No, it just
Now
happened.
I have to think
Just kind of
it's not
melted together.
that did you pop the question properly when it came to getting married? Or
Eh.
was it like, oh, I just thought you knew we were going to do that?
Well, and, you know, it was on our back porch because it was supposed to be at a Circle Jerk show, but COVID happened,
I'll
so
fix it.
you know, then it ended up being on the back porch. So yeah, it was kind of properly. It wasn't quite what I had anticipated it all being, but
All
yeah.
right, so it had to be somewhat romantic.
Oh,
Give us
He
a
cooked me
little bit
dinner.
of the juicy here.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah, I cooked her
we
dinner.
had some
you know.
dinner.
I said, hey, I want to
What
give
did we
you a
eat?
family.
What did we eat for dinner?
What was it we had? I'm sure it was probably steak or something.
No, it was some chicken. He was gonna do chicken Alfredo, but he didn't have the stuff to make Alfredo. So we had tomato sauce, and you like sauteed up the chicken in a skillet, the chicken breast, and put the spaghetti sauce on and
Oh, yeah,
provolone cheese and made some spaghetti noodles.
Yeah, the chicken with the
So
Swiss
kind of like a
cheese.
chicken parm, but it wasn't like
Yeah.
a fried breaded
Yeah.
chicken.
All right,
It's good
all
stuff.
right.
It was
stuff.
good.
I mean, it sounds pretty good.
Yeah. And then I sit on the back porch and he hands me a box and I was
I
like,
think I want to give you an heirloom.
what is this? And I open it and my whole ring set was in it. And I was like, are you asking me what I think you're asking me? And he's like, and I was like,
so still.
so well,
Yep.
he's a softie, guys. There were some tears being held back.
Yeah.
But I was like, you have to ask. Like, you can't just hand me the ring. You have to actually ask me. So then he did.
Yep. I was pretty much. Yeah. I was just like, here you go. You want to?
Yep.
You want to do it forever?
Be locked in.
All right, so then we get engaged.
Yeah. And
And
then
how
you guys
long was
had
our-
sex.
And
Woo!
No,
Oh wait,
come
no.
on.
Oh yeah, you waited. You
They
waited.
waited
You
till-
waited.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
their wedding
we were
night.
both we were both virgins.
I bet the first time you guys fucked, it was a riot.
Oh,
Riot. Yeah, pretty bad. I know. I'll be quiet. Okay, look, real quick. Shout out to our sponsors, the Button Guy. As soon as I,
oh, we should have done that earlier.
yeah, well, you should have rocked
Keep
that. Out.
telling me.
The Button
The
Guy,
baguette guy.
your local button person. If you
Okay.
need buttons, he's the man. You can find the Button Guy on Instagram and Facebook. And what's that place that he does his business in? It's one of those.
Square Cat Vinyl.
Oh no.
No?
It's like online. Epsi.
Oh, Epstein.
Yeah. So yeah,
Etsy.
William Boswell hit him up.
Etsy.
Epstein.
Not to be confused with Epstein.com.
Bomb-
Don't go there
bomb
looking
ass
for these
buttons.
buttons. Do not.
Just
Yeah, you're
Bad
right.
place.
and he
Bad place.
Etsy.
Etsy.
buttons.
I have so many buttons that he's made.
Me too. Yeah, same.
I have a few on this.
I have a
vest.
few tight like
guys.
a tiger.
Yeah, there's a tight
Yeah.
like a tiger right there.
Boom.
Nice. And then what else you got over there? Got an anti.
I see a Shep-Aid. Didn't
Oh
make that.
yeah,
Shep-Aid.
yeah, he
Yeah,
sure
that's
did.
a button guy.
Yep.
I don't. I asked
button guy
somebody.
joint.
Did I ask you to
These-
save
these
me
are
buttons?
definitely-
I asked somebody to like save me some buttons, but
Mm.
yeah, I don't have any.
I know I
Shep-Aid.
bought all 5.
I have my Rob and Jesse wedding button
Yeah.
right here on my what do you call it?
Leather.
Fighter
vest.
jacket or whatever they call the leather jackets
Oh,
nowadays.
mine's gone. Mine just went to the mosh pit gods.
That was really cool when you guys had like kind of merch for your
Yeah, Lisa Rice
reception.
and George worked on that from the Jasons.
So cool.
Yeah.
And that's back, I don't know. It would be really cool to have like a drawing of yourself like that and like
Yeah.
Hell
George
yeah.
cool artwork.
George
Very
did
neat.
phenomenal. He actually we had went up to Fort Wayne to see the Jasons play, and he was taking pictures of Rob and I, and we didn't know that.
Breaking all the rules.
Yeah.
So we
But
got
you ended up pleasantly surprised then.
Oh yeah.
we got some comments I want to toss up here.
I look better as a cartoon anyway.
Dana
so-
said, "I remember how excited Rob was when he got the ring." Oh,
Yeah, apparently
Oh, yeah.
everybody knew for like a good month or so before I did.
Yep.
Everybody.
Freaking weird.
I told everybody, but then I told
Everybody.
them not to tell her.
So thank you, everybody.
What
That's
up,
so
Moonshine?
Everybody's
I mean,
Jordan said hi.
Hey, Jordan.
Moonshine. Saw him last night too. Got a big ol' hug.
Yes.
nice.
good to see him.
Winky said, "Smoke weed.
Yeah.
We can make a difference."
We
can
support
make a
you.
change.
Change.
So is that
Yep,
that
yep,
all?
we got all the
All
comments
right.
covered.
Keep them coming, guys. If you got any questions as well or comments,
interact.
just try not to hate on us too bad because we really are doing our best.
Speak for
I'm
yourself.
not.
Rob's giving it at least 50% though. And I appreciate that. It is early on a Sunday. So
He got to sleep.
how
Yes.
long was our engagement between asking and
Oh.
getting
2
officially
years?
hitched?
No, it was like the engagement was a year, 4 months,
Yeah, something like that.
because he proposed to me on our 2-year anniversary,
That's
which was
what
in
it was. We
June,
were together 2
and then
years
we
when
got
proposed.
married the following October. So he proposed to me in June of 2021 or 2020, and we got married October of 21.
And it sounds
That
like you
is
guys had
correct.
lived together for a pretty large portion of time there before
We
you
had lived
guys got
together for
married.
a year
Mhm.
So that's
before he
pretty smart.
proposed.
I mean,
Over a year.
I think it would be hard to make a commitment if you didn't live with somebody for a while. I think that's become pretty much the norm nowadays, wouldn't you say? I think it used to be, maybe differently, but
It works out better because you get to know each other's habits and how well
Right.
you guys,
Right.
mesh together.
actually
'Cause
mesh, yeah.
that's a big thing to be compatible living together as well as just being out and about.
lot different.
Yes.
It's a lot different than dating and living separately. And once you share a
I
bathroom,
will smash your face into a car windshield and then take your mother, Dorothy Mantooth, out for a nice seafood dinner and never call
All
her
right.
again.
What was
That
that?
was
well,
perfect.
that was an unexpected Anchorman moment.
That was perfect, though.
We need to just have one of those every show, I think, just out of fucking nowhere.
Yep, got me.
You all right,
Couldn't have
man?
done it better.
You all right, Playboy? Fuck,
Yeah.
man, that threw me for a loop. I went pulling with it there. I don't know if you guys did or not.
I think we all
No.
shifted.
My bad.
Oh.
I had to get the camera back running.
There is a reason he is the bull.
Yes.
I'm just going to throw that out there. This is part of my life with this man. Is
Absolutely.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah. When I was 18, my buddy called me a shipwreck for being clumsy and shit. And then down the road later, he called me a bull in China shop and it stuck. So yeah.
So let's talk about the wedding night at the Mel. PRN.
I remember very little.
Yeah.
Now there was a lot of
I
whiskey involved.
remember about the time Ninth Circle Symphony started, and Jenny B showed up and bought a shot, and I had said, "Hold on," and the next thing I know, I'm being handed a shot, and it was brown, and I had been drinking tequila all night. It was whiskey. That was my brownout moment.
You're a hit.
Oh.
You
And
were
it was
hit.
during
Yeah.
ninth set, so that's when
Actually-
I just kind of
Actually, it was really cool. I did not get nearly as loaded as I did for my 38th birthday. So there's that. So, but
That's
yeah,
growth.
yes, it's growth. It's growth. I can actually remember most of my wedding and reception, and remember it was a fun time. The show was great. Whereas my birthday, about half of it's gone.
Yeah. Now I feel like though
Nice.
you guys got everything you wanted out of that experience.
Oh,
haven't you,
absolutely.
right?
absolutely, and more, way
Yeah.
more.
Now, were you fortunate enough to do a honeymoon full on as well?
Yes.
Was
Yes,
that
we did kind of a tour of the East Coast.
all right?
We left the Sunday after.
Niagara
and
Falls,
yep.
maybe.
Yes,
We went up,
absolutely.
we
Of
actually,
course,
so that's where
right?
we started.
Niagara Falls.
We went up to Niagara Falls, and then from Niagara Falls up to Maine, Maine down the East Coast to New York City to Tennessee, and Tennessee home.
Awesome. All right. So, what was probably like the best experience? Do you guys agree on what was the best during the honeymoon?
Mine was Maine.
Yes,
I fell in love with Maine.
I agree with that. I would love to go back to Maine in October. Plus, it'd get me
Oh,
out
the
of
leaves, yeah. The whole
get
East
me out of some
Coast
deer
with the
season.
color leaves and everything.
Obviously,
It
Maine.
is-
That's like a seafoody
Mhm.
lobster.
Absolutely. Food was
Oh, we had,
amazing.
right?
oh,
So
you'll
I'm
love
thinking the
this.
food.
We had raw oysters from
Oh.
Maine shucked right in front of us.
Nice.
And we were
Oh,
like
yes.
right by the
Yes.
beach. So
We
yeah.
were talking about there's like an oyster bar somewhere, maybe Broadwell, Pullman. I don't know, sure, but
There's a really good
yeah,
one
I'm
in
a
St.
huge
Louis.
oyster fan. So
Oh yeah.
for me, the way to eat oysters is with crackers and with some horseradish.
Or
Yep.
Tabasco.
Tabasco too.
I just go straight out of the shell with a little
horseradish guy.
cocktail sauce on
Yeah,
it. That's my jam.
Yeah. All right. So since the wedding, and tell me again, what was like the actual date of the wedding?
It was 10/9.
I stare at him because he actually picked the date.
Yep.
21.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
Baby.
10/9/21.
Yep. I always remember 10/9 because it's police code for repeat.
So we're about 2 years and change in now, right?
Yep.
Working on year 3. How are we feeling so far? Like
Awesome.
good about it still?
As far as
I mean, I'm still here.
Yeah. I still got her. I'm doing something right.
Well, I can tell you guys that I feel like your story is actually inspirational in a lot of ways, because in these crazy times, it is hard to find somebody that meshes in all the right ways with you, and that when you see a couple out together, like they just beam and there's, good with this. A lot of people nowadays, it's like they don't want that synonymous Rob and Jesse,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like everybody wants to, it's like so individualistic now that it's making it that much harder, even I think, on couples coming together and really embracing that. And I mean, I don't hope I'm not speaking out of term to say, just I love the idea and the thought of Rob and Jess, and so yeah, thanks for sticking with each other and making it.
Well, I can say it
Still
works.
look
No
appealing.
pressure.
Still look
Right.
appealing,
I'll say that what makes it work is the fact that we're still individuals.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
I still do what I want to do when I want to do it, kind of thing. He does what he wants to do. We have our own interests, own
Yep.
hobbies, that type of thing.
And that's where I see the beauty, because the one thing that I've struggled with more than anything relationship wise in my entire life, like 9 out of 10 times, it's said lady likes me, right? And she gets this idea that she wants to be with me, but then as soon as we're together, it's change who I hang out with, change what who my friends are, like doesn't like my friends, or doesn't like that I'm a photographer, doesn't like that I do podcasts, doesn't like that I'm a musician. And that's the truth. Like the true beauty is to find somebody that you love. Unconditional love is rough. It's hard to find, but either way, when you truly love somebody, you want to change anything about them.
Yeah.
And as they grow and they change, you're still going to love them the same.
And you have to grow and adapt as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's about being a team and working together.
Yeah.
Everything may not, we may not have all the same interests. Like, I'd like to see her go out and, hunt some stuff. And
Hell yeah.
He would love
thing.
to see me be like a female Rambo.
Oh,
like, that would
yeah.
be his dream.
Hell yeah.
And I'm
I
over here
wouldn't be able
going,
to get hard
just
enough."
give me some roller skates and call it a day.
Yeah, like whenever you guys go out and like go hunting, you should let me like follow you guys with cameras and do a little docu series. We'll call it
Can we bring chaos with us?
Ted. That is such a bad idea. No way. Craig should not be allowed to go hunting. No
He just
way.
wants to go camping.
He'll be like whoosh, like all the time. You scared the yeah, and we'll call it 10 dead Bambies.
What if
Yes.
we just found all the punks that have never been hunting and want to try it, and Rob takes everybody out, like not all in one group.
We'll
It's
just
a
find
series
something to
here. Yep, hunting something. Hunting
Something.
something with that's the show. That's the name of the show. Hunting something.
Hey, lazy. We got some comments here. So Jackie said kitty, and now
there's a kitty.
Jeanette would like to know who the guest star is. The kitty.
Oh, so this is Mona, and Mona she loves to be the center of attention.
She is
Obviously.
purring. I don't know if
The
anybody can
funny
hear
story
it.
about
Yes.
Mona is she got out for 10 days. She just jets out the door sometimes, and we go chasing after her. And one time she got out and nobody noticed that night, and the next morning we're looking, can't find her for 10 days. Then we finally get the tip that they're spotting her in the pool and by the pool. And so we end up getting her out of the pool and bringing her in. And it was like bringing in Pet Cemetery cat, man. Like totally changed.
Things I've seen, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Some real PTSD.
Yeah, like
going
staring
on.
over the wall, and you could like imagine like if
Hair
it was
falling out and shit
Yeah.
too. Oh man.
there's like
So,
tanks, fucking
Slowly but
bombs going
surely,
off.
like
Yeah.
returning to being
Exactly.
somewhat like not as frustrating, but yeah, she keeps shitting in the bathtub, so we gotta keep.
I got that problem too. So
I mean, I've pissed in a sink or two, so I can't be, overly harsh, but
Just
so-
a sink or two?
yeah,
I bet you've never even pissed in two sinks at the same time, bro. What? the
well, if it's the
fuck?
split bay and you piss in the middle,
Jesse, have you ever jumped up and taken a piss in the sink?
Maybe.
You've had to. There's no way. There's no way.
whether
I
you
don't
want
feel
to
like-
admit it
Hey,
or
what
not.
happens in the bathroom stays in the bathroom.
Oh, there you go. Oh, especially the middle of the bathroom. All right.
Speaking of defecation, I have some snacks for you guys.
Oh,
nice.
I like snacks.
Yeah, I brought you guys some meat.
Oh, it looks like that. We must be talking some poop sticks.
Poke sticks.
All right, one for me and one for Playboy.
Well, one's
Yeah.
spicy and
Ooh.
one's not.
Yeah, I got
So-
a spicy cheese and
Oh.
a plain cheese snack sticks. These are
Do you want the
venison.
spicy or do you want the plain?
I'll
I'm
take.
a spicy boy, so
I am too.
And,
All
and
right.
that
Split 'em.
is-
We could split them.
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll
yeah, you
split
can
'em.
mix and match.
We can,
share.
yeah.
We could do some Lady and the Tramp and eat them together.
Oh, yeah.
We-
Oh,
I'm sure
yeah.
people will tune in for
We'll have to
that.
make a reel out of that or something.
And the spicy one, it is all like locally grown jalapenos, and it's all Indiana venison. So yeah.
Jalapenos.
Jalapenos,
Jalapeno?
jalapeno.
Every Sunday at noon, it's Chopped Liver's very reason to remind you to wrap it up.
Hey,
Uh,
thank you so much for this.
hell
today.
yeah.
Hey, no
For
problem.
real.
I hope
And
you guys
awesome.
enjoy them.
And
And-
I hope our future guests are paying attention. This is week 1 and 2. We got gifts. So we got the Ninth Circle bricks last week from Nick. and
Hell
we
yeah.
got the meat.
Meat.
It is now tradition.
All right.
Hell yeah. What'd you get for them?
Nothing.
I
Wah, wah.
jack shit. I brought
Your
I was
love.
like grabbing my equipment and I was like looking through your box for a power strip because you needed me to bring one. And a couple years ago at a Christmas party thing, you know how they have the white elephant?
Oh, yeah. I love that shit.
The gift that I got was like a sex bag, basically, full of stuff for sex.
Oh.
And I found my
I was
cock
just
ring
thinking like
that
a
I got.
bag. What's a sex
And I was like,
bag?
oh man, I'm
Oh,
bringing the
getting the
cock
sex
ring.
It's not the cock ring. Only been used 4 times.
I've actually never used it. So yeah, no need. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm sure there's always a need for a cock ring.
Uh,
Nick's like, you need to leave that here, motherfucker. Actually, I don't know where it went. So beware if you
can
see
I
something-
borrow?
Random
Can I
cock
borrow your
ring.
cock ring? bro?
Oh, I load mine out to cemetery. Sorry. He's got my cock ring right now.
It is now diseased.
Well, I think that we're probably running into about that time where we need to shift gears a little bit and move into haircut mode
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
because we
Yeah.
promised people a live haircut today.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it's going to take, so maybe we
Yeah.
get it done in time, hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm not that slow. Been
No.
doing that for 15 years.
All right. Well, it's not a race.
I mean,
please
I
don't race
like-
to get my.
I like the aspect of the video from last night. Just saying.
So if you guys didn't see it, it'll probably, I don't know, was that a story or real? Will people be able to see it? I think we made a pretty fucking good commercial. Last
Oh,
night.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it was great.
So if you haven't seen that, definitely.
Yeah,
Check it
I came
out.
over to
I
drop the
was
stuff
happy
off
with
and
that.
hang
Yeah.
out for a second. And I was like, oh man, I had this idea for a reel. So we were like, all right, let's do it. We
Yeah.
man, that was the fastest because we made commercials or reels, whatever, for 12, 13, 14, something like that
Oh, yeah.
forever. And that was the fastest we ever put one together, got it recorded, got it edited, had the music added in, like boom, online. Like, oh shit. And it, it turned out pretty well. I'm happy with it. So
Ended up like
I loved it.
Yeah.
not having dinner till midnight last night. Yes, we're making-
Hey, you know.
Yeah, I would have been in them a little sooner, but
Sorry about that, Ashley.
Sorry, Ashley.
a starving.
She was
house.
such a trooper through it, though. She was supporting us and even doing some camera work and whatnot. So I appreciate that when you're getting hangry. You know, I was too.
So why don't you guys go ahead and move in, and don't forget, yeah, you'll have to grab that. So I'll go ahead and turn your cameras off
To
real
the back
quick.
cave.
For the record on this, it's a monumental moment. Get me back on the fucking show. For a
Oh,
second,
okay.
Shep. Give me one more second. Shep and I had placed a bit of a bet. He had a jean jacket that he gave to me. I'm going to tell the full story, my side of it. Shep's probably gotten to tell his several times. He gave me a jean jacket because it didn't fit him. And then about a year later, decided, hey, where's that jean jacket I loaned you?
Yeah,
I'm
because
like,
I could finally
I'm
wear
like,
it.
motherfucker, like
take
that's my
backs.
jean jacket. And so there was this back and forth for a while, and he finally said, if you grow your hair out and don't get a haircut, and I think initially it was like, so it was at least like past your shoulders or 2025, whichever comes first. And so I got that length. We officially like settled on there will be no more debate about whose fucking jean jacket that is.
Yeah.
That was my
Nice.
motivation for growing. And I've never had my hair this long in my life. And that was in, I think, 2021 that we made that. So it's been 3 years since I've cut this hair.
So are you gonna like patch out the jean jacket, make it like a battle vest or battle jacket?
Probably not, Rob. That's
No.
Is that okay? Sorry.
I need to get a jean vest to do that or whatever though.
Yeah, this one is a Milwaukee. I've been really happy with it.
Yeah,
Sorry, guys.
there's just so much noise going on right now.
I think
Yeah.
they're fighting.
Ah. Man. Are we all set up over
Don't
there?
trip over the wire.
How's it looking? Yeah. All right. I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
You're gonna get a reverse mohawk, right? Where she just shaves it down the middle. Oh
Could you hear that?
yes. It sounds horrible.
All right, I'm gonna put the camera on Rob for a second. Transition here.
Me and the kitty.
Ah,
I've made a new friend,
what's the cat's name?
Mona.
Mona. My new friend.
You like that there? Rob Riot, the founder of Big Dick Energy Drinks.
Nice.
Really, somebody needs to start a company called Big Dick Energy Drinks, and it should be just some guy named Dick, and his nickname is
Richard.
Big Dick Energy.
Let's talk a little bit about what Rob does.
Yeah, Rob. How is the porn industry going? Please fill us in.
It's slow. But real talk though, I work for a place that we do deer processing, taxidermy, and fur processing, and pretty much I do a little bit of everything on there. I've been really learning the main parts of the pretty parts, so to say, of taxidermy, and we do everything from caping out the deer when it's brought in, processing the meat, all the way into we tan all in house, and then we bring it upstairs and put it on the form, and then you get your shoulder mount or your half mount or your full mount or whatever kind of taxidermy that you want.
Mhm.
We don't really do. I get a lot of questions about, hey, can you make like a chickapede or something like that? And it's like we don't really do gaff stuff, and we dabble a little bit in like anthropomorphic stuff, but it's only like squirrels shooting bows and arrows and like little things like that. But nothing too crazy, no sideshow stuff or anything like that. But we are very busy.
How many pounds do you think that you go through in the big season that you're in right now?
Pounds?
Yeah, like pounds of meat.
Oh, I don't know. Like we did 2,400 deer, and you got to think a whitetail deer averages anywhere on the big whitetail deer is like 200 pounds, and that's a monster, all the way down to like little ones that are 40 pounds. So it just varies. Like thousands and thousands of pounds of meat that we've gone through.
Man, that's crazy. A lot of meat. By the way, I'm eating.
Yeah, how do you like
What's the most interesting
good.
thing that's been brought to you to
as far as like for
What was your-
taxidermy or
Yeah.
for processing?
well, taxidermy is probably going to have the more do you have a favorite?
I did get one last year, and unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to get a picture of it when it was finished. But I got to do one that was had 3 horns or 3 antlers, had a little nub of a third antler sticking out like of its eyebrow.
What about the exotic animals you guys have done?
We've done a lot of stuff like African stuff. There was a real cool one that they did not too long ago where they the when the capes come back from Africa, like they have to be very hard dried, like they can't have any moisture to them to make it through customs. And essentially, it does what's called and creates like a dead leather, but we can't work with it. And so we had all these animals that this guy spent all this money to go and get, and we couldn't do shoulder mounts on them. So what we ended up doing was making a board that's in the shape of Africa, and they stretched the hides over that, and then they put the European mounts, which is just the skulls, over that. And that was what my coworkers did. That I didn't do that. I'm still tanning and stuff for this year right now.
Me too.
Yeah, not that kind of tanning.
So is that something where there's an advancement taking place in your what you do? Like
Yeah, we just kind of all pitch in and do what we can when we can. Yeah, kind of the last stage is doing the pretty part, putting everything together and getting, creating the shoulder mounts and all that. And but yeah, we all kind of pitch in and do a little bit of everything. Like no one has a specific job. We, some, just wherever we're needed. Like if I was downstairs skinning and I had a whole lot of animals that I had to skin, and someone else will come in and help out if it needs be.
So was there like an apprentice process though to
Yeah, there is. My boss even said that it is kind of like, 4 years till you end up being like this cat's doing this on me. Yep. But yeah.
Probably some Charles.
Yeah.
you really can just push her off. Like,
Take a bath, motherfucker.
you gotta
You've
take
met
it.
Charles. Cat lovers.
Oh, stay out of the meats.
Oh yeah, and that was really good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. What'd you try? You tried the spicy cheese?
Yeah, I like spicy.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
think
I
there
could-
was a comment from Travis about the spicy cheese.
That was one from Rich.
Yep.
That wasn't one from.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he tried the ultra spicy.
Oh yeah.
Did you try
Rich
any of
offered
that?
me one last time, but it was like
Yes, it's on.
fucking 1 a.m, and
Oh,
I wasn't trying to have heartburn on the way home.
his that he has? Yeah. Yeah, I was hurting for 2 days after one.
I want to try one though, for sure. Just not like in the middle of the fucking night. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I was burping fireballs.
Yeah, I could just imagine trying to sleep like with that going down. Fuck that. So if you want, why don't you just put the mic in front of you, Nick?
I'm trying, bub.
Yeah. No, I mean like move the whole thing out of her way.
I'm
and put it
trying.
in front of you.
Can you hear me though?
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably going to be about the best we can do.
Sure.
Chop.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll find out soon enough.
We're doing a live haircut though. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
come on.
First time ever.
First time ever.
Hell yeah.
Ever in the existence of ever.
I mean, I've never done a live naked haircut.
Yeah. I mean, this is
Live haircuts every day.
Yeah, I mean, they're
but
all.
to be like live on the internet.
All right,
This is
so
the first.
Shep, are you able to hear Jessie okay too?
yeah, I can yeah.
Like, because I would like to
Yeah.
maybe pick her brain a little bit. First off, what are we doing to my hair today, Jessie?
Well, we're cutting it.
I do this.
Mm.
It's better. So we're gonna do a cut. That's the technical term for what.
I mean, there's no other term for it.
So I've asked for basically a trim. I think she said it
A
ends up
good,
being
healthy trim.
a healthy trim, about 6 inches coming off today.
6
Say
inches.
5 or 6. 5 to 6 inches. Shep
That's
is
a
also
lot.
going to get a haircut, and he's going to get about 5 or 6 inches cut off, I believe. Oh,
recircumcised.
nice. Get up in there.
Yeah.
So what is your best haircut story or styling hair? Do you do a lot of like styling when it comes that's not really just cutting?
Yeah.
Like prom
Yeah.
girls coming in and just getting their hair done and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I'm not an updo specialist. I won't like fancy updos, but I can do some basic ones. I prefer cut and coloring. And honestly, I should have been a hairdresser in the 50s and the 80s because I would go back to doing beehives.
Oh,
I
yeah?
love doing little lady roller sets, teasing the shit out of hair.
Now, if I wanted a beehive, what would you have to do to?
Oh, we'd have
This
to
needs to
like,
happen.
get some big rollers, get you under a hooded dryer, get you all teased up.
How
kind of
long
in the
does
80s.
how long does hair have to be? Do I have long
Oh
enough
yeah,
hair?
right now, absolutely.
Yeah, even after the haircut,
Maybe not after the haircut.
not for a beehive.
Not for beehive.
All right.
He needs an old lady perm.
I've thought about like, I feel like that's gonna fall. Making me so nervous, man.
I have no idea what's going on right now.
I'm so high right now. I have no idea what's going on.
Nice.
So yeah, I've definitely thought about like curling it and doing different things. I try to keep it interesting. I've done like some French braids and stuff
Yes,
occasionally.
I liked the braids.
Yeah.
The braids were nice. All right,
Obviously, everybody was the other
ready?
for a cut.
Yeah.
All right, let's
All
do
right.
it. Let's
No going back.
let's show them the first cut that comes off. But hold that up.
Oh, shit.
Oh
It's
shit!
getting real.
We're underway.
Well,
Jesse does a fantastic.
have you
perm,
ever
too.
cut anybody famous's hair? Semi-famous?
Me.
No, not really.
a beehive mullet?
Has anybody came to you with just like an emergency hair situation?
Oh, yes.
All right, let's get into some of that. Like what is it haircut 911 scenario?
I
I'm
had
thinking
a guy
bangs.
most recently show up at my shop on a Saturday that he said his friend cut his hair, but I think there was like a dare or a bet in this process because it was definitely a bowl cut. Like it looked like somebody stuck a bowl in this kid's head, and
So has anybody came to you where it's like, I need this, and you're like, you are out of your mind?
yes, absolutely. Look, we are not magicians as much as people would love for us to be. And I wish I had a magic wand to make everybody's hair dreams come true. We have to be realistic. Not everybody can get a perm. Not everybody's hair can get bleached.
And do you tell them that when
Oh,
they're
yeah.
asking? Or are you like,
Absolutely, because I would love to give everybody their hair goals and dreams, but I want them to enjoy it. I do not want them to go home and have fried hair.
so I wonder if then it makes me think, do you ever get into an argument where somebody is like, no, I know what I want, and you're not going to tell me?
I've had a woman get out of my chair because I refused to perm her hair.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, if you're going to switch to it, then you could probably get this one out of the way, and we can move this one over to where you got that one.
Yeah.
I mean, or are you trying to do two?
We'll do two. Just in case one goes out.
I mean, I think it's kind of neat that we've got like the two camera.
That's good.
I like how I was just awkwardly sitting here, just like,
Yeah. We'll start shooting the shit here. Here, make it a little more awkward. Just sit it on you.
I make it awkward always.
Hey, I did want to say while we've got a second that we got so much good feedback about the Nick Bones show last week, and I really appreciate getting all that feedback and that everybody enjoyed that show so much. And it looks like we're off to a great start. I feel like we're doing great this week, despite maybe some technical difficulties.
Mhm.
You guys are sticking with us, so I appreciate that. And yeah, it's really been awesome these first 2 weeks to do this. And Shep, you've been podcasting for a while now, and
Yeah.
it's been your thing. And
10 years.
I mean, I've been a guest on a couple episodes, and that was a lot of fun. But it's definitely a lot different when you're on the side of the production of it and the whatnot. But I think it's also like just going to be awesome to get to talk to so many people with interesting paths. Shep, next week, are you able, and maybe you need to pull it up, but to plug what our guest for next week?
Yeah, just I don't have my notes in front of me or my phone, so
All right. Well, maybe we'll get to that in a little bit.
It's somebody from somewhere.
Well, I just want to do justice, and there's
Fair
a very credentialed guest coming in. So, am I moving too much?
Hell yeah.
I'll just
Shep told me last night I have to sit perfectly still.
You do.
Yeah.
You just have to make sure your head is straight with your shoulders, because that's where we'll get
Yeah.
crooked haircut.
Don't want to be
Yeah.
lopsided.
So, what would you say is the most common, like, what is your bread and butter? Day after day, you're probably doing at least one haircut like this or one dye job. Like, what is,
Bald fade and highlights.
so the bald fade,
Ball fade.
that from the ears and up into the,
Well, you've got like a low, medium, high. So it just depends on what the guy wants, how long they want the top to stay.
so do you feel like you give more men's haircuts than women haircuts?
I'm about 50-50.
About 50-50.
I work for a chain, unfortunately. I deal with a lot of walk-ins on top of my regulars.
Mm-hmm.
So
So what is the main difference when you point out that you work for a chain? What is the main difference then to not working independently?
it just depends. Nowadays, most independent salons are what we call booth rent.
Mhm.
So you rent a station from the owner, and then you are in charge of like all your overhead and all of that. So it's like owning your own little business
Mhm.
without having to own the full
So
business.
you're just paying rent essentially within a shop.
Yep. And then you're in charge of like all your
Mhm.
overhead and all of that.
And so in that case, are you more bringing clients to you, not so much they're coming through the door just looking?
Yeah, pretty much. You have your own book. I mean, a lot of today's world in hairdressing is social media.
And I see a lot of that. I've definitely seen where people are posting just like pictures of cuts they've given. And
Yep.
here was Jessica, and look at this before and after.
Between
We should have got a better like before and after. Damn it.
I mean, there's
I'm sure we
like
have a before.
plenty.
I mean-
Yeah.
There's a lot.
You saw me before.
That doesn't work. Oh.
So Rob, you get free haircuts, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Free, yeah. I have to do chores for them.
I make him come into the shop. I don't do hair at home.
Can you still hear him okay through that mic, John?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, just making
I have
sure.
you guys up
I
a
can hear
little
me.
louder. Yeah. I want to make sure you can hear Jesse. So
I'm trying to talk loud. I am a loud person. So
same.
Yeah.
At least you don't talk as much as I do.
I
Fuck.
feel like Shep and Jesse are definitely like the loud mouths,
see, you're crooked.
and damn it, and me and Rob are quiet and reserved.
Yeah. We be causing scenes.
To a point.
Y'all be chilling.
I've just been scalded. I'm moving around too much. My hair's
Uh-oh.
not even.
Scolded, not scalded. You were not burned.
Scolded.
Is it scalded or scolded?
Scolded.
That's right. Idiot.
Kitty
Oh,
Kitty Hurley said, "Go, Jesse, go,
She's doing it.
go."
Yeah, cut that hair.
I wonder what all these buttons
I've been
do.
licensed for almost 15 years.
Nice.
So what does it take to get your license? Just like going through the what we
there's
see
state
in shows about
regulations.
cosmetology school kind of thing? Is that what you did?
Well, I actually got to go where I was in high school. So I went my junior and senior year of high school, out of Walker Career Center there at Warren Central.
Dub C, baby.
I did.
02.
I imagine
02.
that's similar. I went to J. Everett Light at North Central.
Yep.
Now I went to school in Lebanon, but they would put us on a bus and take us to J. Everett Light at North Central for like vocational.
Yeah. So they do the bus now, but when I was in high school, we actually had to transport ourselves.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So was that like a carpool situation? You and other?
Yeah, there was a couple of girls from my school that we would carpool with a little bit. It just depends. Like I worked full time while I was in high school, so
Really? And what?
There were times where
When
I
you
had
say
to
you
go
worked, what were you doing?
fast food.
Okay. At
I worked at a Dairy Queen until about halfway through my about halfway through my junior year of high school, and then I went to a Hardee's after that.
which one was better?
The people I worked with, the Hardee's, but
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed playing in ice cream.
My first actual job.
I was a pro at the curly Q. Like I could
Oh,
do
yeah.
the Q on a
Back
cone.
there.
Woo! Like a
Excuse me.
commercial.
Fuck.
That's a skill.
It is a skill.
I worked at Hardee's. That was my first job I ever had, was at Hardee's.
See,
And I hated it so bad.
if I could go back,
Are the
to
biscuits
job,
fresh or what?
My very first job,
Freshest
totally would.
biscuits.
I was a skate guard at a skating rink, and I
Oh.
got paid to skate every Friday and Saturday night.
Now that's a job.
Right?
Mm.
But you get a job like that and
Yeah.
you just know it can't last.
It
You know?
totally. It lasted like 8 months.
It's
My dad could no longer take me to and from work, so I had to quit.
like one time I had a job and I had been dispatching for a company and it was like balls to the wall busy. And they opened up a Carmel office and they were like, oh, you go run this Carmel office. And so there was like maybe 8 techs or whatever, and it was in an apartment. And I literally just like came and hung out all day. I could take my shit with me and go play golf and nobody would know because I could do everything. Right? So I knew that job was like too good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so do you have like a goal of where you're at now versus where you want to be as a hairstylist, Jesse?
Not really.
I
I
think
just enjoy doing hair, and I don't necessarily want to be a 1099 employee. I kind of like Uncle Sam taking what he needs out of my paycheck and calling it a day.
Yeah.
So as long as I can still do hair and just live my life, like
I-
have to work.
I figured
and
at the-
obviously we want to find
Sure.
something we
Oh,
at
she
least
can hear
enjoy
me.
doing in life. So I
But-
do enjoy doing it. But like regardless, I'm still trying to collect a paycheck to pay the bills and
Mhm.
pay Uncle Sam and all the crap that nobody wants to do.
So you feel like right now you're pretty much doing what you want to do.
Yeah, for the most part.
That's
Je-
awesome.
Jesse, wasn't your number one goal, right? Like, I'm pretty sure your number one goal as a hairstylist is to do a live haircut
Yes, that's exactly it.
on social media.
That's
Like-
exactly
Chopped
it.
liver.
You can retire now. You can
Yes.
totally retire.
Yes, and then I can just go into photography full time.
Hell yeah. You do a great job too.
You are now
Yeah,
a
speaking
celebrity.
I'm
of
learning from the
photography.
best.
Hey.
Hey.
It's photography, we've talked about it a million times. It's timing and then knowing where to put your camera without fucking your camera up. So it's to take good photography, it is slightly dangerous what you're doing with your camera because you could hit their instruments or get too close, which have happened. I'm sure you have too.
Yeah.
So Shep, why don't you
but the
split
eye
the
you're
screen there
born
and get
with.
on there too?
Well,
So you
because
guys can have
everybody
a little
wants to
back and
see
forth,
his
'cause I wanna be able to
history.
see your
History in the
uh,
making.
All right. I got you, buddy.
my thing is so let's talk a little bit about you have been for PRN taking photos forever.
Officially since 2015. I was the official photographer until we went non for profit and it switched now into volunteer. But
Can we go into
yeah,
just a little
officially
bit before
15.
that? I
Sure.
feel like a big bridge is what we started doing with the Sticks and Stones.
Oh no,
Is that true?
yeah, Sticks
Like-
and Stones, basically. So Nick and I, he had this brain-haired idea to do zines. I'm just kidding. It's a great idea, and I think everybody out there should, if you want to, or it's something you have a passion for, you should do it. Make zines. But yeah, man, it was 2012, I believe, or maybe 2011. It was 2012, where you're like, let's do it. Let's do a zine, and that is what led to Chopped Liver, a lot of fucking podcasts and live streaming events and all that stuff. And then I really started taking photos, like photography wise, when we started doing the zine, because that was like the thing. I needed to take pictures
Yep.
for the reviews and take pictures and
Yeah.
and whatnot. And yeah, and it kind of built from there. And Alan Armstrong, he was the photographer back in that time. He kind of took me under his wing and showed me what's up with DSLRs and helped me pick out a camera. Jesse, is this reminding you of anything? Helped me with flashes.
A little bit.
Yeah, so basically, like, and this is a beautiful thing, especially for those that are in business. Like, whenever you're trained to do something, remember how that person is training you, because at the end of the day, like, eventually you will be the person with the experience, and you could help other people grow as an artist, or as a photographer, or in any line of business. Don't ever forget that. Like, if you're learning how to do something, and then you have somebody helping you, remember kind of how they do that to help you get to that point.
Knowledge is to be shared.
Yeah, but for sure, like, pretty much everything that I do today, even band wise, I jumped in a band with Nick and Dennis called Fiber back in 2000 and I think 10 or 11, somewhere in there. And so fast forward, I'm 40 years old, and I'm in bands with Nick still, and I haven't made a zine in a hot minute, but I want to get back to it. But everything that I do generally is stemmed from Sticks and Stones. So yeah, that's where it kind of all started. That's where I met most of the people that I know now, or have known for a long time in the music scene, from going to places, because back then I was at Fifth Circle, Melody Inn, whatever. There's so many that have closed. Birdies. What's that spot over there on Keystone? I used to go there all the fucking time. Can't think of the name of it right now.
Looking pretty good. I do.
Nick, do you remember what's the name of that venue over there off Keystone?
Is it Birdies?
No, they're gone. No, they're still
the Rock House.
No, Bill Levin's been pushing their venue quite a bit lately, actually. It's right next to a head shop on Keystone. Fuck my life. God, Mousetrap.
The Mousetrap.
There it is.
Yeah.
But I used to go everywhere,
Yeah.
and since I started working with PRN, I still go to other venues. I love State Street. I love Healer. I love the Black Circle. But because I'm taking 50 to 70 shows a year, it kind of takes my ability away to get out to other venues and check out other shows. But either way.
Well, I feel like it seems like that's a torch that is, at least slowly being passed to Jesse here.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
so Jesse's been doing, Jesse, tell us, like, for photography for PRN, what's been going on there from your perspective?
Well,
how long?
Okay, so the first show I shot, I didn't shoot the whole show. I shot the set, and it was Sick the Ripper's debut show on my birthday on a Saturday in November of 2021.
All right.
And then it was just a few months after that I shot my first full show, and then I've just been helping fill in when Shep is either playing or has something else going on and can't be there. And then we all know, Mr. Shep got sick on us this last year.
Yeah.
And just doing my part to help out where I can help out and support my friends. And I enjoy doing the photography. And so, yeah.
Hell yeah. You do a great job at it too. I'm very proud of you.
What do you feel is like the most important thing that Shep passed on to you? What was the most important thing that he taught you that you don't think maybe you would have come to as easily without his guidance
The confidence.
Mm.
to get up in it?
Yeah.
I think that is important.
I always loved like photos as a kid. And like I was the kid with the camera phone that always ran out of storage because I say kid, I was a teenager.
Yeah.
17, 18, you know.
Kid.
A
Back in
21-year-old
the
to me
day
as a
before,
kid.
like
So
SD
Same.
cards were cheap and you know. But I always was taking pictures and I always loved taking pictures. And I just never really thought that it was something I could do. You know, like
So now do you feel like it is a passion for you to do it? Do you feel like it's
right
a
now,
hobby?
more of a hobby. I'm not sure it's something that I necessarily want to turn into a job
Yeah.
because I do enjoy doing it. I definitely like shooting the live bands and stuff like that. I'm dabbling a little. I did a wedding reception last year.
hell yeah.
And, my sister's actually due here in a couple months, and she asked me to do a newborn shoot. So I'm kind of excited to do that.
So do you feel like do you feel like it's the PRN that kind of spurned into the rest of the photography going on? Or do you feel,
Yes. Because I don't think I ever would have bought a camera if it wouldn't have been for Shep.
and Shep, do you feel like that what you were doing there had led to a lot of other opportunities for you? Like what is maybe one of the more interesting photography jobs you've landed that's kind of come out of that?
Well, I mean, I'm going to cap off with one thing, but I would say like probably the most interesting work that I have got since I started doing photography is by all means pornography. It's a totally different style, and you want to get the right angles and whatnot, but
I've heard it's a hard job.
I really thought you were gonna say our engagement photos when you were like on 2 hours of sleep and hungover.
Yeah.
Still did phenomenal, by the way.
Yeah, I love doing that. I've done a couple of them. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I put my my heart into those. So,
I
and
feel like you've had some bands that have hit you up to do like
and by heart, I mean
photo shoots.
oh
for
yeah,
them
for
and
sure.
stuff,
Yeah,
and
yeah. I've done photo shoots. I've done burlesque. I've done pornography. Last year I signed up for it, but I had cracked ribs at the beginning of the year. I had that unfortunate skin breakout from stress. We won't get into the semantics of that. And then, eventually I somehow magically caught EBV, and it destroyed my immune system, which allowed a autoimmune disease, a connective tissue disease to break out. And it went, damn near fucking killed me. At least twice I thought I was done. But, here I am on the other side, not drinking, trying to get healthy, and,
Haircut.
getting a haircut. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of opportunities that have definitely came with
super good.
Being a photographer for Punk Rock Night, and having shot probably, God, I don't even know, somewhere between 200 and 250,000 photos. Is he all done?
Yeah, he's done.
I think he
Jesus,
is.
that was actually pretty quick.
I thought it was a new person in here.
I'm not slow.
But this is the year where I finally take opportunity, and I would say that if you see me out at another venue outside of the Melody Inn, it's a 90% chance that I'm going to be shooting for DyingScene.com. And typically, if I'm at Punk Rock Night, I would actually prefer to be shooting for DyingScene.com because it's a global media outlet for punk bands.
Hell yeah.
So if I'm taking photos for Dying Scene, that means that the bands that are playing here in Indy, regardless of what level, they are getting attention abroad and not just here in Marion County and surrounding area.
Right.
So, in a way, if I'm capable, and I know very well that I am, I've been taking photos 50 to 70 shows a year. If I can rock out 2 or 3 shows a month, tops 3, then I'll, that's going to bring a lot more attention to our market for our punk music scene, at least. So, that is my intention moving forward. But I need to get healthy. I'm not saying that I won't be volunteering for PRN. I will definitely help my boy Rich out.
Hell yeah.
I'm
Your health is
100%
number one.
loyal to Rich Barker. He is a great friend of mine, and him and I have been through a lot together. And I've been a part of the crew with PRN for a long time. So I'm definitely not saying that I won't be helping out my boy and volunteering and taking photos here and there. But in general, I would much rather get my grease in with Dying Scene in 2024 and get some articles written as well. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, and whenever I post those up, I'll be sharing them. So but it will all be directly through the website. I think my URL is dyingscene.com/shipwreck ship. Oh no, it might be bullshit. I don't fucking know, but I honestly don't have anything up because last year was a fucking conundrum. So oh yeah, let's get a close up on Nick's beautiful haircut. Let's go full frame here. Let's see. Wow, so pretty. Wow. Oh. He's beautiful. So pretty. All right, so now I need to go in there. Is that about right? Okay. So
high five to Jesse for making my hair dreams come true, because it's been a long time coming. When was the last time, like, when did we start talking about that? Yeah.
I watched you go from a burr cut to what I just cut.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've been talking for how long about getting a hair, like I need to get this trimmed down. Yeah.
It's been a hair journey.
So yeah, Shep's turn. Shep is up. I don't think Shep's gonna take quite as long as mine did.
No, probably not.
We forgot the wax and chamois to really get a good shine on there, but he'll make do.
So Rob, let's come back a little bit while they get set up.
You are, but you got the chair.
You guys have had such a kind of
for you, it may not
interweaving of music into your lives. And
Absolutely.
so what are some of the bands that maybe you kind of see perennially, like if that you see they're coming? Because you guys travel to shows sometimes. You don't just stay in Indianapolis, right?
Yeah, at times we do travel outside the Indianapolis area, but we're dominantly based in the Indianapolis area. But when we're going elsewhere, like we'll go to Newcastle or wherever. If there's a show, like mainly Jesse's the driving force on a lot of it, but sometimes there'll be special ones that I'll be like, okay, yeah, I want to see that.
So what's in the last year, like the best show? Not necessarily the best band, like what I'm saying? Like the best
hard.
Show.
That's a tough one because they're all unique in their own way.
Just kidding.
And they're all and they're all fun in their own way. So
that would have been the beard.
It's all depends.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know the last show that we went to at the Mel that was great, and mainly because I saw an old buddy that
I legit haven't
seen in a long time and got to hang out with him. And the bands were good. And, everything was tight, and it was a all around good evening. That's what makes it.
Well, and I think for it's a safe bet to say for you guys and for me and Shep, while we definitely want to spread the love to all the venues that are having bands play and whatnot, that let our bands play. Obviously, that's our
green hair don't care
frame of reference for the most part. But we're really trying to. I think Indianapolis is actually a great city for live music.
Yes.
In general, there's always a lot of interesting stuff going on, and obviously we're tied into the rock and the punk rock for the most part, and so that's going to be our general frame of reference and what we talk about. But because I saw that there was like some Mousetrap and Locals Only, and I've been to those places and seen some really killer bands too. And the Slippery Noodles, obviously a place that's like got its history and whatnot for the blues scene and whatnot.
It's the oldest bar in Indianapolis, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's their kind of thing, longest operating, still going.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And I think that Indianapolis in general, while we're punk rockers and we want it to be a punk rock city, I I think they can make a case for it being a lot of blues rock and stuff like that
just
gets over here. You
right,
know?
right, and it all meshes together. You know,
And
if it wasn't for blues, there would be no punk.
Sure.
You know, and support local music, no matter who it is.
Yeah,
If it's a guy playing a saxophone on
Elvis.
the street corner, support him. You know,
for sure.
Elvis.
So you guys have put on a lot of like birthday parties and your wedding reception. You had bands play and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So what are some of those memories that you have from putting on the birthday parties and whatnot? Like, because obviously every year we get a birthday party. How did that start actually? What was the first year that you got one of you had a birthday party that
Well,
got a
The
PRN
first show
for it
we
or
did
something?
was our wedding.
yes.
Okay.
And then Shep and Punk Rock Night, Chop Liver and Punk Rock Night did my birthday show in 2022.
Uh-huh.
And then I worked with Punk Rock Night to book his birthday show last year.
Okay. So, and who played at your birthday show, Rob?
It was Addictos Out Chaos. It was their last show. And it was
For now.
Yeah, for now.
Right.
Hopefully there'll be more. And it's Ninth Circle Symphony, and like I said, the night was very blurry. The run up played, right?
Run up. Okay.
One more.
And then there was one more. But like I said,
come on, he brought you a birthday present.
Yeah, I know. And it was GBR, Gay Black Republican.
I should have taken my hoodie off, huh?
But like I said, there was way too much alcohol involved in that night, so it is a one big blur.
And that, I mean,
even though I picked out the bands.
And you picked out some great bands, man. That's how awesome is it that you guys
it was a tough decision though.
Oh,
honestly.
sure. I'm sure there's some bands that got left out of that one, Rob, that would have really loved to have played that show.
Right.
Ninth Circle.
Would they have been tight?
Yeah, that would have been so much tighter.
Ninth Circle was a surprise add-on about a month before the show.
Yep.
That's awesome though. And I'm sure you guys have been Ninth Circle fans for fucking ever,
forever.
Right?
It's definitely right down my alley, and because I like the post-apocalyptic shit,
Yeah, I feel like the bands in town and whatnot, it's got to be cool from your guys' perspective to have so many that are actually friends. And that's, I think, one thing that that's awesome about our scene and whatnot is the bands are very, we're connected with each other as friends. And then you see people that are lovers of music and whatnot that come out, and it's like that's when it starts to become family, you know?
Right.
And so what would you say when it comes to bands that you never miss? Is there any bands that if you see they're playing, you're gonna fucking be there?
Well, I mean, I'm hit and miss with everything, of course, life's crazy, but
Sure, but in theory,
the run-ups won, the Jasons are one. I mean, represent. And there's a lot. There's a lot. Ninth Circle.
Mhm.
There's a lot. Those are my big favorites. You guys, of course.
Sure, of course.
An out-of-state one would be some kind of nightmare.
Yes, they'd be a good out-of-state one that we always try to make. We try as hard as we can to make their shows.
They're awesome
because they're always hitting it hard.
And they're really cool people too.
They're super sweet people.
We've played with them a couple of times, so yeah. What is your favorite venue right now that you would say that's not the Melody Inn?
Oh,
is there somewhere you've been recently that you would say, man, that place was awesome?
That'd probably be one for Jessie. She's been out a little bit more than
I really enjoyed Long Shot.
Yeah, Long Shot's awesome. We just played there.
And it's a fun place to shoot photos.
I think I've played there now personally between Sex Blanket and Tight Like a Tiger, probably 4, maybe even 5 times the last year.
I do want to check them out. I haven't been there yet.
It's a cool place. It's a cool place. And I think they're getting hotter and hotter. And I keep seeing things from shows that
Like
it
just
looks like,
bangers coming out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
I feel like that's probably my second home right now, the place that I enjoy the most. I mean, and it's not to throw anything on anybody else. I love the shows at State Street and Hiller and Black Circle and stuff. And, Hoosier Dome is a cool place that does all ages. And yeah. And do you
Have they recently opened? Like they just seem to come out of nowhere and just all of a sudden just boom, just great
what's that?
shows.
Long
Shot.
Yeah. I don't know the full history but I do think it's a fairly new venture. Like I don't think it's been there for years and we're just now hearing about it.
Right.
The guy that's running it, I think he just bought it within the last year or two and has been trying to really get something popping off there.
Right on.
And it's a super fun spot, super cool layout to it.
Yeah,
real
it's
chill.
definitely on the list of places I want to go.
So when you get a haircut,
I do it at times.
do you get the same thing every time, or do
Pretty
you
much.
give her some creative license there?
Oh, I let her do whatever she wants. It's just hair, but
She knows what you like.
I don't have a whole lot underneath this hat, so
there's
not a whole lot of creativeness that could go on there. So yeah, I just kind of get a buzz.
So how
buzz
often
up
do
your
you
trim.
get a haircut?
Whenever she can fit me in, because
Is
she's a
that
very busy woman.
A bi-weekly kind of thing, a monthly kind of thing?
Probably
And
more
what's
like-
the average for a person? Because I know they probably get their haircut more than me.
I will say he maybe gets 4 haircuts a year.
Yeah. Because I get pretty woolly at times. You'll see me, I look like Grizzly Adams. Because she won't let me trim my beard. She's like,
What's the longest because you've had your beard like pretty fucking long before, right?
yeah, I've had it down about here.
Yeah. Yes,
like that.
I've never done that. Man. I've never done
It gets in the way. When you start eating your beard when you're eating your dinner, it's
Oh
like,
yeah. Now that's with my hair.
Yeah.
That's definitely something where it's like I think I'm an idiot because I don't bring hair ties and then so it's like if I'm out eating somewhere, it's like my food's getting in the plate and shit. Maybe it won't be as big of a problem now that I got the cut.
Yeah,
That's what I'm hoping for.
It's out of the way. Or when you zip it up in your hoodie.
Yeah. Shep, how you feeling in there, bud?
What?
How you feeling in there?
Great. I love it.
How's it-
It's relaxing.
Yeah. Now, just how many just shave it down, bald like that? How many of those guys come to you?
I have a few regulars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that something when you're keeping it like tight like that and bald like that? Is that a bi-weekly kind of
Tight
cut?
like a tiger.
Every 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
I have a few guys that come in every 2 weeks.
And how much is like the average per ticket? I know you do like a variety of things. So like, what would you say is the average for your ticket?
Like my
40,
haircut.
40, 50 bucks, 30 bucks.
I live in a very rural area. Social Security incomes, so our haircuts are 20.
Okay. Well, I mean, and you're in Greencastle with the business, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're in Greencastle and need a haircut, about 20 bucks, get you one.
Yep. As long as it's not anything fancy.
And you're at Smart Style?
Yeah.
Did I say that perfectly right?
You said it correctly.
Even though we were like fucking riffing on it, I thought for sure I was going to say something stupid.
You said it perfectly.
And how many cuts do you say you do in a week?
In a week?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean, maybe, what do you think per day? Is it 8 to 10 more?
It just depends.
5?
I could go from anywhere from 10 to 20 in a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
Have you ever had to cut someone's pubes?
No. So we did have a guy actually call the salon a couple years ago and ask about a Brazilian wax.
That's a esthetician that does that stuff, right?
Yeah, and you don't want to be sitting in a salon that's located like in the front doors of Walmart where everybody can see
With a big
you,
glass
you know,
window.
ready, pulling off,
Get that mental image.
Look at my vagina.
And the dude like totally didn't even
The
understand
dude.
why we couldn't do it.
So now that's
Sure,
a,
we'll set you up right here.
have you ever done like waxing and stuff like that? What-
Facial.
What is like off of
You have to
our
be
radar
licensed
of
to
something?
do bikini waxes and shit. Yeah.
Frame, something like that, yeah.
What's something that? Well, you can't. She can't hear me.
Just speak up, Bob.
Yeah, well, I
Finish
keep
the haircut.
I keep trying to talk into the microphone, and that, like that's loud. So then I'm thinking it's like projecting into there, but it's really not.
It sounds like bees. Bees.
What's something that's common for you, Jesse, that we wouldn't maybe necessarily think of when we think of hairstylists?
What's a pretty uncommon
Like,
hairstyle?
No, not necessarily. Like, what is something that you do fairly regularly that people might not know that you do fairly regularly? Is there something?
Some rad ass mohawks.
I do some mohawks, but honestly, like this kind of answers your question, but doesn't. When I went to beauty school, you know, I grew up with dudes that rocked mullets, right? Like when we were kids and everything, and
Okay.
they were so glad to get rid of those haircuts.
Uh-huh.
If you would have told me when I was in beauty school that I would be cutting mullets on a regular basis, I would have like laughed at you. And that's like a regular thing. And not only is it a regular thing, so yeah, this answers your question.
Yes.
Boys, men are getting perms.
Okay.
I want a perm. Can I have a
There.
perm?
All
Well, it's too
right.
late for that.
Now there's some meat
Aw.
on that bone. So how many man perms are like, is this just the new
A
kind
few
of
a
like
week.
you're seeing it as a trend? Are they younger guys doing this?
Teenagers.
It's not a good look. It's not a good
Yeah. I remember seeing a picture of my dad with and he had a perm, and it was probably, you know, a picture that was taken in the
Now,
70s,
those were cool
early
perms.
80s maybe. And I remember like I had never seen him like that in my life. This is a picture taken before I was born, and it drove
That's
me
rock
nuts
and
seeing
roll.
that. No, it was not. It was not. It was weird.
Why does Dad have grandma's hair?
But see, I imagine like there's a bit of like, and I think now people probably have a hard time picturing me with short hair, but like that's been my life
Oh, yeah.
has been hair, you know, not quite shep down bald to the skin, but like I would just cut my hair myself,
Yeah.
and
it
maybe
easy.
sometimes I would do like the faux hawk kind of thing where I
Yeah.
would leave
It's kinda-
yeah, but yeah, I was always just cutting my own hair from the time I was pretty much early 20s
nice.
till this is I would say Jesse is the first person beside myself to cut my hair in 20 years.
Right on.
I feel honored.
Are you gonna take that hair and are you gonna like make crafts with it
Uh,
now?
I threw it in the trash already.
Damn
I didn't even
Damn it! You could have made crafts.
could have done something with it.
Could have made a toupee, and I could have used it.
So did you used to have long hair? What's the
There-
longest your hair's
There
ever
was a
been?
period of time where I had it about, I don't know, about here.
Yeah.
You know?
I would
had
say
the-
that's about the longest I had ever gotten pre this
Yeah.
time.
Like there was a time in the '90s when I was in middle school. I had the split down the middle, like
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
almost alfalfa look.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go
I
for
thought
it.
it was cool, but it
I
was.
trust you.
I definitely had some haircuts that I thought was cool, and they were not.
I used to put
When-
tons of gel in it, and then use a wide tooth comb and make like fake
Flat,
dreadlocks.
get it as
Yeah.
flat as you could.
Yep.
I used to get the stripes. I can remember in
Oh
like
yeah.
fourth, fifth, probably up till about 6th or 7th grade, I was all about having those racing stripes. I don't know what else to call
The
them.
vanilla ice
Yeah,
stripes.
yeah. I
Or
would.
to your mother.
If you can picture me in middle school, man, it would be just skinny.
Did you ever do
Kid.
that? Ever do? You know,
I never did the eyebrow.
eyebrow?
No, I was afraid. I'll be honest. I never knew if that was just like how some people's eyebrows were, or like, if they were shaving them like
it's
that.
like,
And I
dude,
was
you
always
guard
like,
up.
if I did that on purpose, would people maybe, you know what? Maybe I'm lying. Maybe one time I tried it. Maybe one time. I'm thinking about it now. It's like,
Did a little,
but
that's cool.
But yeah, definitely like middle school age, I would have the 3 stripes in my hair, just a little longer, you know, like that shaggy hair kid that gets
yeah.
a haircut maybe once every 2 or 3 months or something like that. The dad
Mhm.
go get a haircut. But and then I would always have back then we called them hammer pants.
Yeah.
Now maybe not quite the extreme of actual MC Hammer where they were super
Just like
baggy,
parachute
but it
pants.
was like the kind of the
I
forerunner
scared
to
the
the
shit out of me.
forerunner to the legging
Like,
look that I have now, because there
Yeah.
was always these wild ass
What the
patterns
fuck?
or whatever,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
I like the old
Like
weightlifter
old way.
pants. That
Kind of
would
like
have
that,
like the zebra
yeah, kind
stripes
of
and
more,
shit.
you know, somewhere in between that and I don't know what it was. The thing at Walmart, like that was
Shiny.
just like
Yeah.
all the
Shine
pants I got
about.
were those for like a few years, and then I
Right
got
on.
super into because that's
Appreciate it.
I
you
used to
know.
rock the Jinkos.
Oh yeah,
Big
I
ass,
went through
wide
the
leg.
Jinko thing when that was a few
Street
years
sweepers.
later. Yeah, I'm talking probably about between 11 and
Right on.
14ish.
That
Yep.
works.
You know, in that age. But grunge came and got super into all the grunge bands, and that meant like flannel
Yep.
here, especially from the out, you know,
Flannel and getting
outside.
yelled at for cutting
So
up
I
your
I would
pants.
have the hammer pants with the flannels.
Yep.
And style
a
of my
mesh.
own.
Yes. Gotta be unique. Gotta be unique.
Man. Didn't know any better.
Nick is definitely a unique dressing motherfucker, even today.
His own style for sure. And then I saw him in jeans for the first time not this last Halloween, the Halloween before that. And I don't think I had seen you in jeans in well over a year. And man, that was a trip.
I'm trying to remember what I was.
Oh, he owns pants.
Was it Kurt Cobain that I was doing? I also feel like I had to have worn jeans, but you wouldn't have seen it. A couple of Halloweens ago, me and Dennis both dressed like Shep,
Yes,
and he had no clue we were doing it.
Nice.
So it was like, no, we're not dressing up, bro. We're not doing nothing because he didn't need to. and I think it made him cry, if I remember right. There was a tear shed over that.
I do remember that.
When he
I do
realized what the
remember you
fuck was
guys dressed
going
up.
on. And I had like a bald cap and everything.
Nice.
And I remember everybody like they didn't really get that I was trying to look like Shep. They just saw like they were like, I didn't recognize you. I didn't know who you were.
Nice.
There
I wish I
it
would have got to
Yeah.
see that
That was
Wow.
a good one.
That was like the
We did that out
smoothest
at the
my head has
Marlowe,
ever
the
been.
Riot Room.
one.
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's another one on the list, the Riot Room.
Oh yeah,
I can't
and they're
be going
putting on
too
a
soon.
monster show. We'll get to that when I do the next week's events at the end of the show. But yeah, they're putting on a hell of a show. We've played there fairly regular. Like I would say, we played there at least 3 or 4
Nice,
times.
thank you.
And it is always
Awesome show gift.
you know, to go out to Newcastle where they're
Oh hell
at,
yeah!
it's a
yeah,
little
it
bit of
would
a
look
trek.
It
Crazier
is,
than I
that's
already
quite a
do without fucking eyebrows.
trek.
All right, we'll
They make it
go
worth
ahead and
it.
turn
Oh, yeah.
these cameras off here.
Let's see it. Mr. Clean.
Oh
Mr.
yeah, yeah.
Clean.
Here. Yeah, there you go. Oh, holy shit. Yeah. So clean.
So good.
So fresh and so clean.
So clearly,
hope I didn't
Jesse
get you
is
dinged.
a professional because
What was the 10,000 hour thing you were talking about the other night, Chet?
That's to achieve mastery.
is
I
it
saw-
10,000?
What you guys were saying. I saw that
10,000
episode.
hours to be.
Oh, taking photos? Yeah. It's a
So
lot of
I
hours.
definitely put in well over 10,000 hours as a hairdresser in 15 years.
I bet. Yeah.
You have achieved master level. You have achieved God level.
I'm not master because I can always learn more. There's always new trends. There's always new.
That's
And
that's
that's
what makes you a master is your ability to continue learning.
when we get Jesse back, because that's an interesting place because the
Yes.
trends change
now
and styles change. And so that's definitely some fertile ground for us to jump into when you guys get set back up here.
Woo! Look at that.
Well, I think, you know, the live haircuts, there was a little bit of concern coming in that we were going to make it, you know, at least somewhat fucking interesting and be able to have even the setup to do it and whatnot. And I think once again, Shet, he's a technical genius. That's clear because that was
Absolutely.
awesome.
He has mastered his craft.
I mean, set up in 2 rooms at once, guys.
tripping over wires and shit, and it all comes together. It's all good.
Yeah, and I actually want to touch on that here in a second as soon as I get back on fucking camera, right?
Got my rough.
Yeah, we're good. Okay. Yeah, so eventually what I would really like to do is start growing as a Chopped Liver as an entity to where I don't know, Bobby Sue wants to do a podcast based on romance novels and have guests come on and talk about romance novels, and it'll be Chopped Liver's Big Dick Book Action, and that's what the podcast would be called. And basically I would have
I don't like
I don't like
the availability to do the promotion, create all the like the
One man
advertisements, the website, it's all there. And I set up and run the show, do the show. I'm never on the show.
So
I would love to have Chopped Liver shows that I'm never on the show, and it's other people in our arts and music scene doing a Chopped Liver podcast, and that this service that I would be doing in would be free. I would just do it to help the community, and which is everything that we do anyways.
help
So,
promote other artists.
yeah, like we have all these promoters with Stranger Attractions, Punk Rock Night, Jenny B promotions. Chris Cemetery just kicked one off.
Hell yeah.
hey, while we're on
And
promotions, I
Chopped
want to
Liver is
promote.
the promoter of those promotions and venues and other arts. Like, we are promoters of promoters. So
Let me squeeze in for a second.
I can't
Speaking
hear
of
shit.
promoters, the Button Guy
Right, yeah,
is our sponsor,
that's right.
and we would be remiss if we didn't take a second to remind you guys, if you need buttons for your bands, for your projects, for your wedding reception, hit up William Boswell, the Button Guy.
The button.
Do it.
All right, and back to your thing. Now, back in the day,
Hey,
I used to be
How cool is it, by the way? You know what? We have not talked about this. How neat is it that in 2014 we're still doing Sticks and Stones, and we're over at Billy and Leanna's partying, discussing doing a national zine, and maybe going up to the next level. And that's where Chopped Liver was born, was in that kitchen, in a conversation. We won't get into the semantics of it, but our
That's probably a good
our
thing.
official sponsor, William Boswell,
Yeah, he
was part of
present
the
and part of the
conversation that
conversation
ended
then,
up
yeah.
creating Chopped Liver.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
So
yeah.
Hell yeah.
here we are.
yeah.
Pretty neat.
And when you talked about that you want to have the other podcasters with the other shows, it really reminded me, and maybe just something to throw in your pocket of thought, is back in the day when I would do ghost hunting, and I had a ghost hunting.
Oh, let's go.
I used to
I'm down.
I would actually go on different talk shows and promote the group and play like recordings of shit we had caught and whatnot. And I can tell you, at the time, there were a couple of different like websites that hosted several different podcasts. Now, I think back in this time, it was probably all audio. I don't think there was any like this. But what if you did something like that, where you're using the Chopped Liver entity to host what other people are doing from their locations?
Absolutely.
Like they don't have to come set up in your garage and you produce the show, but they can have a show on Chopped Liver and be part of the Chopped Liver network, kind of. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to
absolutely.
say?
Yeah. And 100%, man. And Party Crashers is in essence supposed to be crashing a show, at whatever venue or house show. And then also, like, initially the idea was to actually go to people's homes where they have band practice and, do a broadcast of them performing at band practice. And then, I'd bring a half gallon, we all get slizzy. But, whatever. There's a million.
I mean, I know you want to branch out on what you do.
Bigger than
And
shit.
that's always
I really want somebody.
Like forethought. But I start thinking about how things can also work tangibly into it that aren't you killing your fucking self trying to
Right.
produce 14
I
shows a fucking
I only
week or
have
some
one
shit,
life to live,
know?
and I'm gonna push as
get
much as
that,
I can.
bro. Hey.
I do have to start managing how I spend my time, though. So,
And maybe sometimes it's one thing that I think makes us a great team, Playboy, is we're both like, let's do it.
go
If not,
do it. Yeah.
talking about it is doing us no good.
Mhm.
Let's like what tangibly right now, this is how we start. Let's start. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And we're both that kind of person. But I think that in the midst of that, there's a work smarter, not harder thing. And a lot of time, and we both, and we'll probably say it on this show a million times throughout our run or whatever that we do here, but iron sharpens iron. And so when you're working with other talented people and you get into the creative flow, and he's been like my partner for fucking ever. So I don't know. It was funny because Ashley was kind of making fun of us last night. That it was funny hearing us like bicker with each other while we were working.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I don't think we even register.
I have heard you guys bicker like a married couple for years now.
I remember at State Street when you cracked a joke and I didn't like it. And I basically became like your worst ex-girlfriend suddenly. I was like, how dare you? How in front of those
and that
people?
started such a huge
You need to come to the car with me
fight,
right now.
We about broke up over that one.
Yeah.
We need to have a conversation.
I was
Was
pretty
this the
mad.
night that we found the little orange kitten there?
Maybe.
I
Maybe.
can't remember.
I can't remember.
I
They
was
all
just
kinda
in a
blend.
bad.
I know that
Our
orange kitten
moments
got taken home
blend.
with somebody and is
Yeah.
well loved.
I
now.
think
I remember the
that
kitten.
sounds
State
about
Street kitten.
fucking right. Well,
I had
it's
it in my
funny because the
pocket.
kitten, and then I was there, probably back in like September, October, or sometime before it got too cold outside, and there was a raccoon back there.
Oh yeah, I've seen
I've seen
a raccoon.
raccoon, cat, and possum.
It's the
The
wildlife.
possum's
Now
the
the-
coolest.
We used to play at a place called Tip Top Tavern. Do you remember that?
Fuck yeah, I
And
do.
right behind there was like a horse fucking stall. And I remember one night, me and
Whoa.
Dennis were back hiding behind
Like with
the
buckets for the
Dude,
cum.
I'm telling you, we were back hiding.
That was
drinking.
bad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You said a horse
I
fucking
try-
stall.
Come on,
I know.
man.
Too late.
But
For a
we're like
horse.
standing back there sneaking drinks or whatever by the dumpster, and I look over and like having no knowledge, I just look over and there's a horse. There's a horse's fucking head next to me. I'm like,
So
dude, horse.
I
he
gotta
said, "Hey there."
fix your camera, and then I gotta go get my drink.
sorry.
Oh god, there's his crotch. Oh geez.
Fix it. Fix it. Man, it's like you got me drifting sideways. I don't
You ever
know,
seen
but-
Basic Instinct?
Oh god. Oh geez.
Man,
There we go.
There you go. You did it.
let's not talk about
Wait,
like,
what
I'm,
movie?
I'm really bad about
What
like,
movie?
Basic
rebuild-
Instinct.
Basic Instinct.
Oh god, yeah, I haven't
crotch
seen that
shot.
forever. Yeah, the crotch shot when she crosses over.
Man, I'll tell you,
Mm.
that movie
Mm.
as probably 13-year-old staying the night at a buddy's with his dad. And he's like, "Yeah, I'll rent Basic Instinct for you guys."
Bam.
that
I grab my drink.
It was
that is
awesome.
not a kid-friendly movie.
No, it is not. Well, it depends on
Want to go over like every movie?
No, we should not. We should not. This isn't the show.
When was
for
the
that.
first time you saw the Beeve?
The beef.
I remember
Lady-
finding like
Woman in Red.
it's really hard to say because I feel like I remember I had I think it was the same buddy that his dad let us watch Basic Instinct. I think that same friend one day brought over some like Polaroid pictures. He said he found in a locker at the bowling alley that was open,
God.
and he brings out these pictures, and it's just like
It's somebody's
bushy
wife.
bush. 'Cause
Oh,
this is a long time ago, and dick and vag kind of stuff.
Like-
That's probably not the best way for me to say that. I don't know. Is there a good way to say it?
Damn,
Penetration
Vulgar
was happening.
photos.
And
fucking.
I feel like that's the first time I
Pornography.
remember really seeing like
Fine.
the hard stuff. I've probably
Like,
seen
is that where
tits
that
before
goes?
that,
chicks licking
like, tits
buttholes,
in movies and whatnot.
Ah,
sucking the toes.
sucking toes, sucking toes.
Yeah, right. Drug, sex, rock and roll, paranormal. Okay,
But
just making sure we got it all covered here.
make guests uncomfortable.
Yeah. So, Rob, have you ever had sex with an UFO or alien?
What?
A UFO or alien.
UFO or an alien?
Yeah.
What about an alien on a UFO?
I mean, that's a
Jesse, have you ever licked behind a mermaid's ear?
No, I can't say I have.
let's okay.
What about that one time by the beach?
Let's pull it back just a second before, because we're gonna eventually run out of time. We're gonna
I'll
spend it
mute my
talking
mic.
about fucking mermaid. Shit. God damn it, John.
Hey, I'm here for something. It's fucking
So
awkwardness.
Jesse, you started talking about new styles and
Yeah.
how like you got to stay current, right?
Yeah.
So how hard is that for you? Like what is that? How do you study for work? How do you stay? Is it just somebody comes in with something new and you fucking are like, okay, let me Google what the fuck you're talking about?
Okay, so a lot of it today, they have like new names for stuff, but it's old hairstyles.
Okay.
So like the new one right now that's really popular, the younger generation is calling it the butterfly cut. It's Farrah Fawcett.
Okay.
Like it's straight up Farrah Fawcett feathered bangs like so yes and no. I was taught and trained to be able to look at a picture and kind of understand how that cut lays.
Mm-hmm.
Today's world also with social media, a lot of classes are offered online now with videos, some free, some you have to pay for. 10 years ago I had to go and take classes,
Mm-hmm.
whereas now I can actually like sit at home, but it's a hands-on trade, so not being able to do while learning can be difficult sometimes.
Sure.
So I'm thankful that I do have friends that support me and let me use them as guinea pigs.
Now, are there requirements for staying licensed? Do you have to
In the state of Indiana, it's a fee every 4 years, I believe it is. Outside of that, no. When I was licensed in Florida, every 2 years we had to do, they called it a 16 credit hour thing, but it was an online test and it varied from like your sanitation rules and guidelines to Florida, you actually have to have a certificate in bloodborne pathogens for HIV and AIDS and things like
Interesting.
that.
So is it a state by are you
It's state by
licensed
state.
to cut hair anywhere in this state?
Anywhere in Indiana, yes.
Yeah. So because I know like there's some things where it's like county by county. and
Yeah, no,
shit.
mine is a state thing.
Yeah, because I remember like talking to a food truck guy once, and he was like, "Oh, maybe it's a permit.
Yeah.
You don't need any."
Well,
kind
for
of,
the food trucks, yeah, they have to get a permit to be
Right.
wherever they're going to
and
sit
it's like
and things
county
like
by
that.
county for that.
Yep.
But you're good. You can go
Certification.
cut hair in
Anywhere in the
Terre
state of
Haute,
Indiana. Yep.
Greencastle, Bloomington.
Yep.
Even Evansville.
Yeah. Wherever the
Even
sheer
worse.
gods take me.
Evansville. Ooh.
Ugh. You know what's funny is like playing in Evansville a couple times. We played a place
Oh,
called
yeah.
Rolex Tavern. It was super awesome. That venue was
Fuck yeah.
super cool and treated us really good. And the people we hooked up with there were awesome. But man, I hated fucking Evansville, the city. Like
That show
driving
was what,
to-
just a few years ago?
Oh, God,
that,
no.
that was like
Ever?
forever
Okay.
ago.
Yeah, at least 12
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah,
I think I'm thinking of when you guys played in Chicago.
Oh, that
Okay.
was fuck.
That
I
was
love
okay.
it. Yeah, I just shared that video too.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm thinking
a
of.
really cool video came from that one. Yeah.
I wish we had the rest of it. We had that was so much fun. And then like we left there and showed up just in time
oh yeah.
to see which band was it?
Was it Sunset Society?
That's
that we
it.
saw?
Yeah, Sunset
Oh, yeah.
Society. Yeah,
They were playing in
Love those
Chicago in
guys.
the same night.
it was the
Nice.
most
so like we got done playing and got
dopest
to go
shit
fucking
ever.
walk in and they're like,
Yes.
ah!
Yeah, dude, we fucking took shots. We fucking threw down.
Hell yeah.
There's nothing quite like that. Playing a show in Chicago and then going to a different venue and hanging out with your buds
Yeah.
Yes.
in Chicago while they're playing a fucking
Yeah.
show.
That
Hell yeah.
was super cool.
Yes.
Super cool. I hope that we get around to doing like I'm at that place where it's like we've played Indianapolis, we've played punk rock night, and not obviously like that's always going to be the bread and butter. But man, I love packing up the vehicle,
Oh,
all of us jumping in it.
I love
driving
Indy,
to
but
Cincinnati, Chicago.
I would be a happy
and there's
man.
still so many cities that we haven't.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I always talk about St. Louis as somewhere, you
Oh
know,
yes.
and I don't know
That's a
shit
cool
about
city.
St. Louis.
I want to
but
play
you
fucking
know,
Cleveland, man.
Yeah.
I'm from.
Milwaukee is a place that, and everybody, when I bring up Milwaukee, they're like, maybe if you play in Chicago, then you drive, but like driving all the way from here to Milwaukee, fuck that.
Yeah.
I mean, if
It's
you
a long
enjoy a
drive.
road trip, fuck it, go.
I think what we dream of being able to do is basically like weekend tour, kind of like, and I think our goal, what we said was, it'd be cool if twice this year, before the
We've
year's
talked
up,
about this.
that we would be able to do like a Chicago, Milwaukee, come back and play at the Mel, or vice versa. Obviously have one in Indy, because either the one to start or the one back, and then just like play for,
I remember us
Yeah.
talking about this a couple years ago.
probably
Was it a couple of years ago? You and Ashley have been
prob-
together for a couple of years.
a couple of years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Because
mean, we're
Ashley and I
right
are
at
gonna
about
run
year
the merch
two.
booth and manage it. And
They're like an old married couple now. They're through their honeymoon phase.
No,
they are the honeymoon
Nah,
phase.
They are the honeymoon phase.
I feel like it's always, really fresh so far.
If you
so
want, I
we're-
could move
we're
in and
having
we can
fun.
have a reality TV show that runs 24/7.
I might pay for that.
Yeah.
I'll like
Man.
follow you guys to work.
Hey, like Ed
You guys
TV
just wear
style though.
GoPros everywhere.
Your boss is like, you gotta get rid of this guy. He's gotta go. And I'm standing like right there, fucking with a camera in your face.
I'm here to fuck shit up.
I'm here to fuck shit up.
It would be fun to do like doing the podcasting, and we make like that fucking commercial or whatever. And I'm sure you guys, maybe I would jog your memory bank, but one time me and Dennis did a little short film called Pure Sauce.
Yes.
And,
Yes, I remember this.
The Pure
that
Sauce
shit was
Challenge.
so much
Pure
fun.
sauce.
And like the little WFW skits, and I know you love like wanting to do sketch shit and whatnot. To me,
yes,
your
please.
vision of the sketch comedy is like a weekly thing, and I think it's so hard
Monthly.
to fucking
I want to do monthly.
like stay as. So my idea is like put together I don't know. I like doing like comedy, and shit like that.
I would love to do
I
like
would love to do another Pure Sauce kind of thing. 'Cause
Definitely.
my head's been there a lot lately.
Yeah, I would love to have like our own like SNL crew or Mad TV crew or whatever. You
Can
know?
we do it Jackass style?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean,
I may have
we-
experience doing some of that stuff.
with Don't Fit In. Like we
Oh.
definitely did that, but Don't Fit In was really like fake news with little skits around it, and then we'd have an interview. But moving forward, I really would rather just have just all around skits,
Mhm.
and the fake news only do it like every once in a while.
I think doing the like what we did with the commercial, and we, the
Remember this
commercials.
right here? Shaq, you're canceled. Yeah, we would cancel. We would cancel.
I believe you
somebody
canceled
every
me and
single
Rob.
week.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
guys got
believe we got
canceled?
It
canceled.
was something about
Yeah.
a
Okay,
fight
so you're
with JJ.
uncanceled now
Yeah.
officially.
Yeah.
What
You're
was it that we got
uncanceled.
canceled for?
I believe it was like getting in a fight with JJ Mace.
No, there was a drug.
Oh
and
yeah.
we gave
What
him a
was the
drug.
name of the drug?
It was called Speed Stains.
No.
Yeah,
It was
Was
something.
it?
Speed Stains.
It sounds like a shit
yeah.
joke.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
quite make sense.
Yeah, there was some
Hey,
whole-
yeah, there was
there
like
was
a
some whole
whole.
thing.
You
Yeah.
got everybody hooked on speed.
Like we did
stains.
But
this
that's
drug,
that's
and then we-
literally what. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the term actually, I came up with that term like 10 years ago. I was like, what should I name my my music whatever
Underwear.
playlist? And it was going to be
Underwear?
mostly punk
What
and
do I-
metal,
my music
trash
pair, you
music.
know?
My music underwear.
So it just kind of came to me like, what's that Agent Orange song, Bloodstains?
Yeah.
So Speed Stains. And then I used it during Don't Fit In as a drug for your guys' story. And then it built from
'Cause
there
speed makes you
and
shit,
had
too, so-
skits.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then,
It makes sense.
and now I
Yeah.
actually wrote a
'Cause-
song.
I thought it had. There was something with Durban too.
Oh no, it was Durban Drips.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's
that's
right.
what it was.
Yeah.
I knew. I was like,
Durban Drips.
I don't think Speed Stains was right.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's that Durban drip.
Yeah. It was made of 80% pure awesomeness and 160% fentanyl
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah. The Durban drip. Yeah, you
Gotta
just
get
take a
that
couple
drip.
drops, put on your tongue. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know. I would love to start doing skits. I just have to find people that have the time to do it.
Mhm.
And then the
organization is the hardest.
it is the hardest part.
It's not
I'm
the
also
creativity.
but
It's
see,
it's the organization.
Do you have
Like-
one of those rigs where you can like just like wear it on your chest and just show your
it's
face?
just,
Just like run around places.
well,
Oh,
the thing is
That's
like
a
when
need.
you're
That's a need.
like
We'll add it to that.
last night when we made that shorty, it's a minute
Yeah.
long, whatever. We're not writing out these lines. You know what I mean? And that's I have to work with people that have to be able to slightly act and then also slightly spit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Gotta have a little
Improv.
like
Yeah,
this is
improv.
all for fun.
Yeah.
There's no future goal in doing it. It's just to have fun and entertain people. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it's a form of art to me.
Yeah.
To make people laugh.
Yeah.
And usually when I'm doing it's because it's real bad jokes. But I'd love to get back there and really start making skits again.
That's the glory of like improv type stuff. Is it's so
Improv.
yeah, it's so out of pocket.
Mhm.
Is that it's just random, and that's what makes it funny. It's like it might be dumb as shit, but it's not something scripted where you're like, oh, catchphrase, punchline, okay.
Yeah.
But you're just going with it, and that's what makes it fun.
And that's where the beauty comes out.
Yeah.
The king of that, by the way, improv is, and a lot of people don't really realize this, but Bill Murray
Oh.
is one of the most loved and hated actors, loved by the world and his fan base, and hated by writers and directors because he never ever followed the fucking
Script.
the
I would
script.
say I love
Like
Yeah.
king.
like just one movie, Ghostbusters. There's a couple of lines in there. Nobody steps on a church in my town. Not in there. And my favorite is Harold Ramis says, "Yeah, Dickless over here, blah 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 blah," and the judge says something, and he goes, "It's true. This man has no dick." Like that beauty of improv and whatnot. He's the master of it. I'm a huge Bill Murray fan, by the way.
Well, before we get too far off the tracks here, because we are getting pretty close to time to wrap it up.
Yeah, I mean, we don't.
Once
It
again,
doesn't have to be right at 2 hours.
sure. I mean, well, that's.
I mean, we can
That's
go
what we're
home. We
doing.
don't have to
8
hang out with you
hours.
later.
Get
I'm
the
ready.
fuck
I'm ready
out.
for everybody to get out of my house.
You
My
got
head
your
is-
haircut. You got what you
I got
wanted.
what I- yeah.
It's too smooth. I just can't.
Okay, so I want to give, before I forget, the shout outs to the things that are coming up next week,
Oh,
and then we
yeah.
can like
Shoot,
shoot the shit a little bit more here before we get out of here. So coming up next, I got the 19th written down. What day is that? That's tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
tomorrow's
All right.
yeah.
That's the show that we were kind of hinting at. The Marlows at the Riot Room up in
Nice.
Newcastle got Cancer Slug.
Mm-hmm.
How
Paint
crazy
job.
is that?
fuck yeah.
With
Fucking
Paint
Paint
Job,
Job.
the Steves,
The
and
Steves.
Upper Decker.
I'm going.
So-
Hell
I'll
yeah.
see you at the party, Richter, and I'm
Okay.
getting there early, Marlowe's, because I'm not walking. So yeah, Scuzzy and I should be out there. I'm hoping we're out there by 5. So
Yeah, that's
because
good.
I ain't trying to motherfucking like park a mile away and
Oh
walk.
yeah,
It's gonna be
yeah.
fucking crazy.
It is. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be a big one.
Y'all should
Oh,
go
yeah.
out. It's gonna be epic. I'm probably gonna take photos for that one too. So we'll see.
Nice.
We'll see.
We got to get better about. I've got pictures and videos and
Mhm.
shit from 2 weeks
Post it,
now that
baby.
we need to get.
Yeah.
All right.
There's like
Uh,
6 people that run that page, and I'm the only one that ever uses it.
Yeah.
But come on, we're all just getting back into it. Candace is just getting back into it. Scuzzy's just getting started. So
And I do the best I can. And I'm
yeah, dude, you
incredibly
do great,
fucking
man.
lazy.
You do great of doing nothing. It's
Yes.
fucking perfection. I'm just kidding.
I thought I was the master of nothing.
the master of
So,
nothing.
yeah. I'm just last second. Pretty much everything. Like, all right, tell me what to do. On the 23rd, I think that's going to be Friday. Yeah, Friday. Apes of the State, Doom Scroll, and Dana Scully and the Tiger Sharks. They're
Hey.
playing at Hillier.
Nice.
So that'll be fun.
That's a
cool.
great all ages venue on the
Uh,
south side, by the way.
Yeah, Hillier.
Can you-
Healer and Riot Room
Yeah.
are 2 venues that I haven't gotten to yet that I
Ah,
want
yeah,
to get
Healer
to.
is fucking
I want to get
dope.
back to Hillier for
It's
sure.
conveniently located behind AutoZone on Raymond Street off Sherman Avenue.
Go and get your auto parts.
And Hiller is a place where you have to almost like really experience it when
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
says like there are just all these rooms set up with different
It's
like
Oh, I've
awesome.
seen pictures and
theme
I've
to
people
it
talk
and
about
whatnot,
it. Yeah.
and it is awesome.
I would never say this publicly, but I would love to have sex in there somewhere at some point because fuck yeah.
Yeah,
I heard a rumor that the buses that were behind there, they got rid of them because people were fucking back there.
really.
And I'm ashamed to say that I
Fucking
wasn't one
That's
of
why
them.
we can't have anything nice.
Yeah.
you know?
Can't have no fucking
Just
bus.
keep the dicks in the pants, guys. It'll be fine.
What
Wait
about the
till you get home.
vaginas within the skirts? I mean,
Or pants.
equal opportunity here.
Yeah, yeah. It was a little
The genitalia in
Yeah.
the pants.
sexist of you to
Oh,
say
okay, well,
that.
dicks are a little easier to have outside of pants than
Whoa,
vaginas.
did you
just
say
saying.
dicks are little? That's what I heard. What the fuck?
Just mine.
Shut up, Beavis. All
Whatever,
right.
Rob.
On Saturday, there are some awesome shows on Saturdays. Third Rail, Knoll Valley, Everything's Dead, and Poison Breath. That's the
Hell yeah.
PRN
Yep.
show.
It's gonna be a good one.
And I gotta say, like, anytime I see Third Rail, man,
Fuck
those
yeah.
guys,
Oh,
You
yeah.
there shooting
Jeff the
photos.
cool
Killer.
fucking dudes.
Killer on that mic,
Yes.
man.
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
And they're they're the
Rico,
defending
love you, baby.
champs for the PRN WrestleMania. That show's around the
Yep.
corner.
Yeah, they've got the
so
belt.
This is
so-
almost like a warm-up show for
Yeah.
WrestleMania for them. I feel like.
Yep.
Man, I helped them make one of their commercials for the WrestleMania
Hell
last year. So much fun, hanging
Dude,
out,
I want to
and I
apologize.
got to watch them like do a band practice. It's so like
Hell yeah.
when you do your own band, it's so fun to watch other bands practice and shit. Like,
Yeah.
that was a great. I just had so much fun
Last night at PRN,
Oh, God, I was
got to
standing there
see.
for this.
I got to see Carter and who was all. Anyways, yeah. So Carter and Shar were there, and I was like, hey man, like, let me know once we get into March when you're ready to start making those promos for WrestleMania for Paint Job. And he's like, dude, we're not
yeah.
playing WrestleMania. Yeah.
Wah.
And my immediate response is, well, that's how you make shit fucking awkward right there. Because they did not win the Rumble Royale.
Sorry, I thought you
That
were
was-
Spencer.
Fucking yeah. So Free Candy's actually heading to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And actually we'll have this Wednesday at 7 p.m. for the Midweek Crisis podcast. We have Free Candy and Cease and Resist coming in, and it's going to be the most mics I've ever ran for a single show. It's going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
crazy. Hopefully they bring all kinds of alcohol that I'm not going to drink and whatnot. So
For
we
everyone
can party
else.
hard and act like lunatics live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, which we are not on Instagram yet. I just haven't gotten around to it. But
So you don't say that then. Don't like imply that it is. if
well,
it isn't.
eventually,
Just cut the Instagram out. Just
Just
don't
look
say it.
for the Instagram
Yeah.
eventually. Eventually.
eventually.
Your cat keeps
Instantly.
farting and it stinks.
Oh man.
Do not blame your farts on that cute little cat.
That was not me.
Jesse will know. She'll be like, "No, that's one of your farts."
I did not
That's your fart,
exhale.
bro. We know. Hey, let me finish this up. So, Blast Beats and Blasphemy Volume 3 with Skinless and No Moss is at Black Circle on Saturday as well.
Hell yeah.
And then Heavy Mother, Share, Wired Realm. Hear my voice, Wired Realm, and DJ Kevin Failure at SSP. So Saturday's loaded up. Get out to a show. Yeah, and I hope to be able to make it out to something.
Some absolute bangers coming up.
Yeah.
Probably
Fuck
that
yeah.
Third Rail show is most likely where
That's where I'll
you'll
be.
see me next.
I'll be out in Newcastle Monday
Newcastle.
Yeah,
for that. Sure, for sure.
Shep's kind of putting his toes back in the waters, getting out and about with people and shit.
Yeah, I mean, last night I was there for most of Village Elder and Run Up, and I probably spent half of the time outside, and that's because I do not want to be inside around all those people taking I'm telling you, if I get COVID, y'all, it's gonna be even longer than before. My immune system is shot, so smoking doesn't help, but
He is
And-
not
yeah.
down with the sickness.
I
He
still
is
have
not.
nuclear antibodies streaming through my system. So
Hey, I think that you've rebounded though, and it's amazing.
It's 'cause
that
I'm working out, baby.
Loving having you back, bub.
Yeah.
I'm loving having
Hell
you
yeah.
back. in the world,
Absolutely.
man.
Whenever I take a break and I don't work out a day, the next day is shit. Because it provides me with so much energy.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here trying to be like, the
Well, you're
guy.
rebuilding your
Yeah.
lungs, you're
And
rebuilding
yeah.
muscle.
And lots of
Yep.
local honey.
And that's the thing is
Raw
like
honey.
this connective tissue disease. It attacks healthy organ tissue. It attacks your nerves. So I have to find ways to get around it. I'm not going to be defined by it. That's why I want to lose a lot of weight and get these lungs back up and ready for Sick the Ripper shows. And just whatever. My liver, like I'm still waiting on a test to come back, but I'm pretty sure it's still jacked. But whatever, man.
You got this, boo.
Yeah, exactly.
Is
I'm
it
just gonna get
chopped?
healthy, and then you'll start seeing me out a lot more, and then maybe I'll be able to start helping with PRN here and there, and start taking photos for Dying Scene. So
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
on, man.
yeah, can't wait to play. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
play
really
so bad.
bummed about that long shot show when I saw that, because we will be like driving back from Texas.
Oh, April 12th.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you talking about for Tigers? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free
Yeah.
Shafaka Get the
Well.
Del Taco.
We'll be on
Or whatever.
vacation, on our way home from vacation. So
Cancel it.
look,
Cancel it.
the Jasons are going to be here while we're on vacation too.
Oh,
and I'm
man.
like, you
Oh
bitches.
yeah, they just announced that, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, you bitches always be
It's-
coming to town
let's
when
see,
we are
children
not
of
here.
And I
October.
was asking
No.
Rob earlier,
No.
like
They're
the
gonna
bands
be
you
playing-
guys don't miss.
The
and I'm
Jasons
sure
are playing
fucking
at Black
Jasons is
Circle
one of
on
them that you
April
guys are
13th.
gonna-
My bad.
Always
I'm
tried to
way
be
into the
there.
future.
I did
Forget
too.
everything I
Yeah,
just said.
yeah.
I'm like way into the future.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
No,
fuck.
the Jasons are going to be here April 13th with the Coffin Cats and the Queers at Black Circle with Bingo Boys.
Oh yeah.
They just announced that yesterday.
Hell of a
When
show.
when is that?
Yeah.
April 13th.
And that is that a PRN or not?
No, that's a Black
No.
Circle.
Okay, cool.
And I'm pretty
That's the
sure
same
PRN just announced they have
Me First and the Gimme Gimmes.
Yeah.
Who?
They have Me First and the Gimme Gimmes at the Egyptian Room that same night.
Yeah.
And they're
Wow.
still waiting to announce the actual PRN
is
show
Fat
at
Mike
the
gonna be
Melody
with 'em?
Inn
That
that
night.
Saturday.
Wow.
It's going to be a huge Saturday for Indy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy shit. I think
So-
I'm gonna leave town.
So get
too.
out and support.
That's pick,
That's
pick
too
your
much.
You
poison
have your
weekend,
choice.
right? Hey, real quick, I do want to throw in here next week's guest on the weekend wrap up is Dr. Sarah Rakin. She is the founder and owner of Happiness is Courage LLC, an accomplished author, and looks like she does public speaking, talking about employee resilience, appreciation, that work, strategic well-being, stress management.
Nice.
She's got an event coming up, so she is going to come on and talk about that event. And yeah, we're going to get into some interesting topics with her that are
Absolutely.
maybe a little intimidating. too.
What's the
So
date?
We're
What's
going to
the
have
date
a
on
real
her-
intellectual in here. So
Hell yeah.
What's
know?
the date? It's at the Canatarian facility. Formerly
I don't
known
know
as
that.
the
I don't
Church of
know if
Cannabis,
I'm
but-
going to have that in front of me at the moment.
Yeah,
so
it's. I believe we should have a.
it's
link.
I think it's in March, right?
Yeah, it's in
Yeah.
March,
So,
second week of March.
but she's going to come on and talk about that, and it's going to be very informative. And
I'll definitely tune
hopefully
in
you
for
guys
that.
will tune in. Cheers, talk to a scholar. Us.
Well,
Can you imagine in 2024, Chev and I talking to somebody with some actual fucking credentials?
Yeah, and I said to him like it's so much better to have her on this show where Nick is going to be the host of the show, and I'm kind of sitting back, and because she came on Midweek Crisis, it'd be like so.
Party,
butt
What?
probes. So
Tell me your favorite ghost
Yeah.
story.
yeah, you know what I mean. Like
Do you have
I'm
any
more
experience
party.
in the paranormal?
Not that Nick's not party. Nick is party, but
you know,
what about that, Jeanette? Mm.
Mediocre.
I'm contained
Right.
chaos, right?
Contained chaos.
Something like that. I don't know. Well, hey guys, that's going to wrap up the show. I
Oh,
want to,
shit.
yeah. I mean, we're there, bub. We got to get off here, man. I want to thank Rob and Jesse Riot for
Yeah.
coming out, and Jesse, awesome with the haircuts.
Hell yeah!
Great
Thank you so
job.
much. You did a great job. This is the smoothest, and softest
Smooth
my,
as a
my
baby's
donut has
bottom.
ever been. Yeah, it's nice.
Well, you're very welcome, and thank you guys for having us.
Yeah, thanks for the
Absolutely.
meat.
Yeah,
Hey,
keep
no
cutting that
problem.
meat, bro.
Hey, and if you guys want any of this stuff, bring us a deer and we'll make it for you.
There you go.
Hell yeah, that's cool.
Plug that.
And next time you're on, Rob, we'll talk more about your startup company, Big Dick Energy Drinks.
BDE.
Yeah.
All right. So until next Sunday, when we wrap up your weekend at the Fortress of Ratitude, we will see you guys. One more plug for the button guy. I see Shep flashing it on there.
But,
Yes,
yeah.
can't say enough. Thank you for sponsoring the show.
Thank you,
Mr.
well, yeah.
So
I said Willem.
guys, thank you so much. And
Thank
we will
you.
send you guys. Thanks for watching the show, and we will see you next week. Take care.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
You think you're weird? I think you're dumb.